report. I thought today is 15. Nah, sudah. Ada. Sudah. Ikuan. Ini satu kau ikuan. Kalender Islam. Hari tu. Hari ni 21 October 14. Okay, it's 14. Tomorrow is 15. Okay, betul. Nasib baik betul.
Wali.
Alhamdulillah.
Nasib baik betul. Wali awal lagi tu. Wali. Oh, my calendar.
Alright.
Be careful. We have to refer to Jakim calendar. Okay. Don't use other calendar. Alright, continue.
Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today our group one will share our Quran journal, and I will start with the explanation of chapter 14, because today is 14 Rabiul Awal, so we refer to chapter 40 overall, which is Surah Ibrahim.
Terjemahan Al-Quran. Let's together open the terjemahan Al-Quran.
Alright.
Okay.
So basically
Surah
this
14 Ibrahim.
Yes, Surah Ibrahim.
Chapter, verse.
I want to explain the chapter first, sir.
Oh, okay, good.
And then after this I will return to Quran journal.
Okay, Surah
Right.
Ibrahim.
Okay. So Ibrahim is come from the word Ibrahim, which is Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, and it contains 52 verses, and this surah is focused to the knowledge of the Allah, that Allah knows what inside of the main heart. Allah knows even the smaller things in this world, and by that we need to accept each other's word in a good faith, which this refer to this surah, verse 38. So regarding to the Asbabun Nuzul, this Ibrahim surah is revealed in Mecca, which is makes this surah is Mecca surah, and it was revealed around 2 or 3 years before Hijrah. In that time, Nabi Muhammad and his fellow were overcome the hard situation, and then Allah sent down this Surah Ibrahim to make Prophet Muhammad things easier. Okay, so why this surah named Ibrahim? Because this surah contains the prayer of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Is referred to verses 35 until 41, and the content of the prayer is first a request for his descendants to establish prayers, and second, to be kept away from worshipping idol, which is worshipping other than Allah, and the third is the prayer of Nabi Ibrahim is for Mecca and the surrounding area to be full and proper. So has been accepted by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Its security has been proven from ancient times until now. So the prayer was offered to him in the presence of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala after he finished building the Kaabah with his son, which is Prophet Ismail alayhi salam, in the barren plains of Mecca. So that time the Mecca is not like the city of Mecca that we see now. On that, the Mecca is just a barren plain, just the area without any building. So Allah told Nabi Ibrahim to build a Mecca. So from that event, then Allah refer that event into this surah. Okay, so that's a little bit about this surah Ibrahim alayhi salam.
Great, wonderful.
Surah Ibrahim. First we
Hello, Mr. Shafiq. Go Shafiq.
Okay, so today I'll choose Surah Ibrahim verse 2. So A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Allahilladzi lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard. Wailul lil kafirin min adzabin syadid. Subhanallahul azim. So the keyword that I want to take is memiliki, which is the maksud Allah lah yang memiliki segala apa yang di langit dan di bumi, dan kecelakaanlah bagi orang-orang kafir kerana sesaan yang sangat pedih. So the keyword is memiliki. Why I choose this is because everything that at the sky and at the earth and universe is all belongs to Allah. And then for example, for our property, our cars or our house is also actually belongs to Allah. And therefore because when we die, we will go into kubur, and in kubur we cannot bring anything. Only that we can bring is only our iman and amal. So if someone is rich or have many property in dunya, they have to sedekah to others who are in needed, and the sedekah can become sedekah jariyah, which we can bring to in the kubur. So so when we are in dunya, we have to always sedekah. I think that's all from me.
All right, thank you, Safi. The keyword is from the 14.2. 14.2 is memiliki, right? Belonging, kan? All right. Of ownership. Okay, continue. Next, siapa lagi? Thank you, Syafiq, for the sharing. Okay, who else? Next. Si ada emoticon. Syafiq tadi spana. Sekarang ni gear. Dah ini. Okay, dengar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I want to present about Surah Ibrahim, Surah 14, ayat 14.
14. Okay, let's read it.
So from the translation is that dan demi sesungguhnya kami akan tempatkan kamu di negeri itu, sudah binasanya kaum yang zalim itu. Balasan baik yang demikian adalah bagi orang-orang yang takut akan sikap keadilanku, iaitu yang berhitung amalnya dan takut akan janji-janji azab. So in English is, and when we shall cause you to abide in the land and succeed them. This process as fear the time when they shall stand before my tribunal, such as fear the punishment denounced. So daripada ayat ni saya ambil kata kunci takut, iaitu Allah dah bagi janji dekat orang-orang yang beriman yang akan tempatkan kita kat satu negeri yang dah tersedia nikmat yang Allah kurniakan. So kalau kita rasa takut dengan azab tu, kita akan tinggalkan semua larangan Allah. Jadi dekat sini nak kata yang kita kena belajar untuk ambil pelajaran daripada teladan kisah-kisah dahulu supaya kita akan lebih baiki diri kita. So bila kita takut, kita tahu tentang azab yang akan ditimpa tu, kita akan rasa takut. So kita akan lebih memperbaiki dan kita akan lebih menambahkan lagi lah amalan kita. Sebab azab Allah ni pasti. So sama ada kalau kita tak dapat kat dunia, dekat akhirat nanti mesti akan dapat. So daripada kat sini saya belajar yang takut ni tak semestinya takut pada. Tapi dalam secara setuju kita kena takut. Contoh kalau kita kita dah buat satu tugasan, contoh macam task 1 and task 2. So dua ni adalah tugasan group. Ni macam persediaan untuk kita masuk ke task yang akhir. So macam daripada apa yang kita dah lalui task 1, task 2 tu, kita kena belajar, kita ambil pengajaran balik daripada tu. Kalau kita takut atau kita ulang betul, kita kena baiki. So next punya bagi diri kita tu elok balik. So itu je saya.
Alright. Thank you, Daini, for the sharing. We have to take lesson whatever things that we did on the past. That's why I think that's the key point that try to be shared by Daini as well. Okay, and then the ini also refer to the previous task that has been given, and then you has complete it pun, dah siap dah pun kan, task 1 and task 2 all in grouping. Okay, actually that is the objective of having a group work. Means sometimes I believe, because you are from the first year about to enter the second year, the moment when we want to be able to give you individual task on the task 1, I do believe maybe what all of you surprise, terkejut lah, apa ni lah kan. And then that is why after the 2 tasks that you've been work together with your group, we hope that you can gain some motivation there. You can gain the teamwork, the spirit, the semangat. Kan? Okay, and then you already know actually the process. You know the process how to develop something. Okay, on task 1, how to develop the virtual gallery. Okay, I don't know you learn a lot with you learn a lot or not on how to arrange the gallery. That is actually like macam like warming up for you before you to make yourself and ready for the individual task in task 3. Okay, whatever it is, past is past. Task 1, task 2. Kita orang pun dah bagi markah dah pun. You already mark, you already evaluate all your tasks, and insyaAllah we will post it later on. How's your performance on task 1? How's your performance in task 2? And maybe after the crit 1, so at least you can know your level. If you are there, very high level, then you just keep up the momentum. But if you are in the middle, okay, of course you have to think how you want to level up your achievement, kan? But if you are far behind, far below, come on, wake up. Something like that is a wake up call. Inshallah, we are about to finalize it, and inshallah we'll post it to you all. All right, okay, continue. Thank you, Dayini. Next, please. Continue. Apa tu? Ayo, sambung. Next slide. Ikon okey ke itu? Kenapa klik ni? Alia.
Hello.
Tak.
Okay, nampak. Okay, jom Alia, jalan.
Alright. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I chose Surah Al-Baqarah ayat 14. The translation is dan apabila mereka bertemu dengan orang-orang yang beriman, mereka berkata kami telah beriman, dan manakala mereka kembali kepada syaitan-syaitan mereka, mereka berkata pula sesungguhnya kami tetap bersama kamu, sebenarnya kami hanya memperolok-olok, yang ini akan orang-orang yang beriman. So the keyword from this ayah that I chose memperolok-olok. Memperolok-olok ni is like lie, pura-pura macam tu. Jadi sikap kita ni kalau kita berpura-pura, kita akan memberikan kesan yang tak baik lah, even kepada diri kita sendiri atau kepada orang lain. Jadi kalau kita berpura-pura dalam melakukan sesuatu tu, kita macam mendustakan kehendak Allah sekali. Kita macam tak yakin dengan apa yang Allah akan berikan kepada kita. Jadi apa yang kita buat tu macam niat kita pun tak betul lah. Jadi apa tindakan yang kita kena buat daripada ayat ni, kita boleh ambil, kita kena sentiasa muhasabah diri. Kita kena percaya yang Allah tu akan bagi kita apa yang kita nak. Kalau kita berusaha, kalau kita punya niat tu betul. Macam tu. Maksudnya kalau kita percaya yang kita boleh kata yang Allah tu akan bagi kita macam ganjaran pahala ke apa yang kita nak, tapi kita tak boleh tipu. Kita kena yakin lah dengan apa yang kita cakap tu. Jangan apa yang kita cakap tu hanya sekadar pada lidah je. Itulah. Okay.
Okay, thank you Alia for the sharing session. Okay, jadi macam tukang translate pula. Okay, Alia share with us Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 14. Okay, but the keyword that been highlighted by Alia earlier is Mok, olok-olok. In Malay is olok-olok, but in English is a mok. Okay, when we talk about mok, sometimes mok is, okay, of course, mok is always related with something negative. And most of the time is negative. But the thing is, try to look at the other side of mok. Mok sometimes also can be positive. Because I am a person always looking for the positivities. It's also good if we look something negative, but always, like myself, I always try to be positive. Look at the positive thing. Prioritize the positivities rather than negativities. Okay, but for me, the word mock is sometimes good. Okay, when is the time mock is good? Mock, like you have a mock presentation, means you practice first. We call it mock presentation. You practice first before the real presentation. Okay, like me last time when I taking my part 3 examination, they are oral examination. So we conducted 3 to 4 times mock up oral examination. We asked our friend, our group study friend, 2 of them become a panel. Then you ask me anything. You ask me anything about the syllabus that we learned in the part 3 syllabus. Okay, that is we call mock. Then after 2 to 3 times mock, and then during the real oral, during the real event, the nervous is there, but only a little bit. Just macam dia lalu je. Compared during the first time we having that session, even though it's mock, but the nervous is nervous. Similarly, like actually, when you have about to have a presentation, please do 2-3 times. The more, the better. Okay, repeat, and repeat, because repetition is the mother of skills. Okay, thank you, Alia. Wah, different Baqarah, Al-Baqarah, verse 14. Alright, good. Please lah in English lah kan. Kesian kat Heba tu kan. The moment last time I ask Heba, when you speak Malay, 0 ni. 0%. Heba, if I am Heba, I am lah. Apalah yang orang cakap ni kan. Please lah, let Heba understand and to be part in our conversation. Okay? Okay, good. Thank you, Alia. Next. Apakah itu grup 1 selepas Alia?
Me, sir.
Ikhwan. Ya Ra'isul Fasli. Tafadhal, ya akhi.
Alright. So for today Quran Journal, I refer to Surah Taha, which is 20 verse 14. So it means I am no details, so worship me and establish prayer for my remembrance. So from this surah, I differentiate it into Hudan, Bainah, and Furqan. So for Hudan, I take it in the surah, which is wa aqimus salata li dhikri, which means worship me, which is pray, and establish prayer for my remembrance. So from the Hudan, the Bainah is we can see the issues that can today's people pray. So like most of the Muslims, like it's not really take care about the prayer, but we need to know that prayer is really important. So what we need to do is the Furqan. We need to take it serious when it comes to perform the Salah. Why? Because this I can support this surah with which hadith come from Muaz bin Jabal radhiyallahu anhu. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Rasul Amrul Islam wa amuduhu as-salah wa dhirwatu sanamihi al-jihad, which means the head of the things is Islam, the pole is as-salah, and the peak is jihad. So what that means, so in this hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam tried to give an analogy about the importance of Islam, salat, in jihad. So I give you another analogy that relate to us, which is architecture. So imagine that we design a house. So the first thing we need to, when we design a house, is a wall. So a wall is like our faith. Okay, So wall is important for us to protect us from the
dinding,
interruption
wall.
and the interruption and any obstacles from outside. So without a wall, we cannot have a protection. So the second one is a column. So column is solah in Islam. So the column is a important element in the house. Without a column, the house cannot be built. Okay, so the column is the strange element in the house. Okay, and then we goes to the last part, which is the last element, which is the roof. When we have the walls and the column, and then we can build the roof, which is the roof referred to jihad. So after we have the wall, we have the iman, we strain it with our solah. So and then we can do the jihad. So the house basically is an analogy of Islam itself, the religion of Islam. So in Islam, we need to have faith, we need to perform a prayer, and then we can do the jihad in Allah, in the way of Allah. So what I want to say, the point that in my speech is, I want to say the salah is really, really important. Okay, don't take salah for granted, because only in salah we can remember Allah, because the salah is the big zikir. Okay, because zikir is divided by three: zikir fa'al, zikir qalbi, wa zikir fa'li. So zikir fa'li is salah. So salah is really, really important. Without salah, you cannot, the house, the house cannot be built. So, yeah, so I think that's all from me.
Wow. Shabash, beta, shabash. Thank you, Ikhwan. Very good sharing session from our Ustaz Ikhwan, ya Raisul Fasli, ketua kelas kita. Okay, there are mukaddimah, introduction, and there are content, and then there are also conclusion, and refer to the Hudan, Bayinat, and Furqan. Masya Allah, complete package.
Refer to the architecture pula tu.
Kan? Kau ni memang ahli politik yang bagus lah, Wan. What a good politician we have in your class, okay? Ni belum
Bagus.
This is not belum lagi integrated with the intonation. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Okay, and then Ikhwan also shared with us analogy. I always like analogy, because when we have analogy, when we have a statement, a description, sometimes it makes us very hard to understand. But the moment the speaker give analogy, okay, what are the analogy? That easy to understand, right? Okay, earlier Ikhwan refer to the wall, column, and roof as nian, and then to remember the salah. But I want to touch the other side of what Ikhwan mentioned earlier. Okay, other than when we salah, we remember Allah. There are also another part of by performing a salah. What are the things that I want to highlight here is when we perform a salah, we also have to remember the time. Guys, because in our life, we must have a deadline. We must have a due date. That is why this is the process, guys. I can, if you can recall back the process from the beginning until now, you are now here. We never run away from a deadline. Kan? If you want a deadline, then also a timeline. That is why the beautiful of Islam, we have something like alarm clock. Okay, the morning start with subuh, and then after that zuhur, asar, maghrib, isha, and then we rest. Okay, because I observe, I have a lot of non-Muslim friends, because I come from secular school, kan. I mingle with a lot of friends, Christian, Buddha, kan, in Sarawak. I observe them. The moment when we in hostel, okay, we always wake up for subuh. But during the holiday, but they still sleep. What a waste. We after subuh, sometimes okay, we have time. Okay, we continue our study. Kan? Continue our study. During studio also. After we pray for subuh, and then we start to do our prayer. But my other friend, they'll keep on sleeping until afternoon. So the timeline is all this cloud dalam. All this one haywire. That is why we perform real Islam in our life. we must abide with the time. Okay. So when we abide with the time, we abide with the solar time. Why not? Why can't we abide with other deadlines? Why can't we abide with other due date given by our boss, given by our lecturer, given by whoever? Okay, I want you to perform this task and then you submit in on this task. This day, this day, this time, this time. Okay, thank you, Ikwan. Next, siapa lagi? Okay, Ikwan. Irfan. Okay, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Today, I would like to share my Quran journal session, which I choose Surah Ibrahim, Surah 14, verse 14.
Okay, 14.
The translation in Malay, dan kami pasti akan menempatkan kamu di negeri-negeri itu setelah mereka binasa. Yang demikian itu adalah untuk orang yang takut menghadap kehadratku dan takut akan ancamanku. So from Surah Ibrahim, verse 14, there is two things that said in this verse, which is first one is the truth and the faith. For the and my key point is the faith. So the first thing is the truth is about this surah that has repeatedly promised that the saint of Allah, which orang-orang yang beriman, will be ruling the earth and their enemies will be annihilated, which the processor the means orang-orang yang bukan beriman kepada Allah, something like that. And my key point is the faith.
The faith.
So the definition of the faith is complete trust or confidence in someone or something, which we confident to our God and our messenger. And I would like to give an example. If I have a debt, which hutang with someone, and I want to repay him the debt.
Okay.
So I choose through bank in, but I don't give the receipt. Means how we gonna trust how he gonna trust me if I'm not giving the evidence.
Yes.
So in relation to the example, when we how we gonna trust Allah if he not giving the evidence? So go back to the Al-Quran, and the evidence is there, which there is the evidence from the past, the present, and the future. So the next thing about the faith is from Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 165. Macam petikan the statement, but for those who have faith, their love of Allah is more intensive. And from this verse, related to hadis riwayat al-muttafaq alaih, which meaning ada tiga sifat yang bila dimiliki seseorang ia dapat merasakan kelazatan iman, which is the first one is when we love Allah and Rasul more than everything. The second one is when we love someone but based on Allah, means kerana kita sayang seseorang tu kerana Allah, which such as example, we are Selenian love our lecturers kerana Allah.
We love you too.
Means why we love them, because they giving the beneficial knowledge. And the last thing is hendaknya ia membenci kembali kepada kekufuran. Means we hate the sin that we have done before. So that's how the way we gonna get the kelazatan of iman through the faith. So I think that's all from my sharing session.
Thank you, Irfan. Very straightforward, very calm presentation. Okay, the faith, complete trust, completely confident. Even if we talking about complete, there's no even 0.00001% not trust, not confident. It's fully 200%, 1000% complete. Okay, trust and confidence as we are confident with Allah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, next. Siapa? Thank you, Irfan, for sharing. Next, who? Ilya. Mana tadi Ilya? Oh, ada Ilya. Tengok gambar dia. Hari ni jadi princess Disney pula. Let it go. Let it go.
Macam-macam image dia.
Itulah semalam previously.
Malah ulat ni.
Peanut, potato. Okay, continue Ilya. Penghibur kita.
Okay. So the surah that I pick is Surah Al-Baqarah ayat 14. Dan apabila Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dan apabila mereka bertemu dengan orang-orang yang beriman, mereka berkata kami telah beriman, dan manakala mereka kembali kepada syaitan, kami telah beriman, dan manakala mereka kembali kepada syaitan mereka berkata pula, sesungguhnya kami tetap bersama kamu, sebenarnya kami hanya memperolok-olok akan orang-orang yang beriman. So keyword yang saya dapat kat sini adalah olok-olok. So hudan yang saya dapat kat sini adalah orang munafik yang suka berpura-pura, yang suka berolok-olok. Dan bainat daripada ayat ni adalah di mana pelajar yang menuntut ilmu tidak mahu bertanya kepada gurunya ketika pelajaran sukar difahami, kerana mereka mereka berpura-pura faham semuanya. Okay. Furqan ialah di mana kalau pelajar tersebut mengabaikan sikap malu dan berani menyatakan pendapat masing-masing ketika di dalam kelas kerana malu bertanya sesat jalan. Okay lah.
That's all. Yeah.
That's all. Yes.
Okay, the thing that shared by, okay, this is the translation. Okay, the thing that shared by Ilya earlier, also Surah with Aliyah. I think the keyword also almost the same, which is smoke, but the explanation is a bit different from Aliyah earlier. Aliyah, Ilya, confused dah dengan nama korang. But the thing that attract my attention from Ilya earlier, from the student which pretending, pura-pura, pretending like you understand. Oh, faham. Oh, yeah. But the moment next meeting, mana dia? Weh, tak ada. Okay, please, don't be afraid that you are. Let's say I understand why the student sometimes pretending to understand. I don't know you are pretending or not, but I think this is minority lah, because when I dealing with Yusim student is always a brilliant student. The moment me, Madam Yati, Madam Salah give a feedback, most of you all absorb it. But there are also, but very minor, very little, that pretending like dia earlier said, faham, but after mana dia tak ada apa. Okay, like this. I also ever be in that situation. So sometimes very hard to understand what people share. That is why earlier when Ikhwan said analogy, that is why my approach when teaching, I try to use the very basic language. I don't want to use the very high academic level language. According to the professor, according to the citation by who, by citation, I try to avoid it, because whenever I do like that, I ever also in that class when the professor mentioned this, Mama, aku tak faham. But this professor never ask us, you all faham tak faham kan? Fahim tu never. I don't know, either he assume that we understand, or I don't know, the other side is up to you all, you understand or not understand, as long as I already deliver my speech. But for me, I have an approach. I hope that from all 100% of my knowledge that I share to you, at least, I don't expect you absorb 100%, never. At least 50 and above. If you get even 10, 20, also Alhamdulillah, but don't go back with zero. Okay? This is the thing, guys, that I want to say. Don't be pretending. Because why you pretending sometimes? Because based on my observation, you try to be pretending because you're afraid that the lecturer angry with you, scold you. What is this? How many times that I want to tell you again? This. You still cannot understand. No. Don't be afraid like that. If you afraid like that, that is why your attitude to be pretending will be forever. Okay, it's okay. You've been scolded, you've been kena maki hamun. It's okay. At least you get something. And then because of get something, when you've been scolded, believe me, guys, you will remember that forever. Okay, because I've been also been scolded because of tak faham. Can you explain that? I've been there. Especially when SPM last time, mathematics, during the first time in Form 4, we learned the very high level of mathematics. Most of my friends at that time, not most, at least 3 or 4, very minority, score 88, 80, something like that. Wow. But okay, Nasruddin, mathematics 8. 8%. My God, memang tak faham. But my initiative is I take a tuition, so I have direct one-to-one with the teacher, and then I always make my teacher angry because can you explain again, sir? Can you explain? Repeat after 2 to 3 times, and then being scolded. No problem. But at the end, toward the SPM, I got A1 for the mathematics part. Remember that from 8, 7, 8, 10. The most is 10%. And then after that, I can score A1 after being scolded. But I didn't pretending to understand. What happened if I keep on pretending understand? Of course, I will never get A1. Like now, apa? A1 lah kan? A1 lah kan? A plus lah. Now the grade is A plus kan? 9A plus for experience. I got A1 for mathematics. Okay? Try don't be pretending pretending paham or understand. If you don't understand, just ask until you understand. And then when you understand, please share it also with the others, with your friend still struggling to understand that. Like this, I tell you, because why? The more you share, the more you gain. All right. Okay, continue. Next, ada lagi kah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ada lagi? Who else? Heba. Yes, Heba.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good morning to you all. So the verse is already repeated. It's the 14:14.
Okay.
So
What
yeah,
makes
it says
different with others? Okay,
well, when I checked, it caught my attention when I checked the Hijri calendar, the Quran. So it says, and we will surely cause you to dwell in the land after them. That is for he who fears my position and fears my threat. So this is basically Allah telling the pious, the believers, that they will reside in earth after those disbelievers that thought that they will be the ones on land for the hereafter, they will be there forever. But Allah destroyed them and promised that only the believers will come after them, and the disbelievers will get destroyed. So here God promised the pious who fear him to make him dwell in the land. The righteous are those who do good and forbid evil, who fear God and do not disobey him. Therefore, if we want to enjoy the promise of God and to reside on the land, neither harming nor being harmed, then we must have piety. We should be pious. So one of the things I thought about in design, the strategies in our design must that we should follow should ensure that the land remains sustainable and livable and not corrupted. So Allah gives us the land. He gave us the sky, the earth, everything, the earth and the heavens. So, and he promises us to reside on it. Of course we will die, but live a good life. So then our duty is to preserve this land, to not contribute into corrupting in this land. So for example, in design, if we're designing something, then we have to consider sustainable aspects, like not if we're building something luxury, then why do we spend so much money on something and knowing that it will harm the environment? So we have to be wise in our choices, and not to corrupt and fear Allah. be pious with every action we do. That Allah comes
Wow.
first. Like I fear God. Like you fear Him in everything, in every situation. Don't be like, Allah doesn't see me. If I'm doing this right now, Allah doesn't. No, fear Him in everything, even the little things. Like it's like honesty.
Hmm.
So yeah.
All right, thank you, Heba. Okay, guys, remember the sharing session by Heba. Be among the peers. Okay, and then live a good life. There's also a point that I take note from Heba earlier. Guys, we have to preserve this land because we are the one who reside in this land given by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Then we have to preserve it. Okay, then please, how? Consider sustainability. Okay, thank you Eva for the sharing session. Okay, who else? Next, ada lagi ke? Habis dah.
Saya.
Ada Wali. Oh, Wali
Saya ada
kegurupan.
hutang.
Oh, ada yang hutang. Okay, silakan bayar hutang. Thank you Wali. Remember your hutang. Good. Okay, please Wali.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so I chose Surah Ibrahim verse 8.
14:8
Maksudnya, kalau
Okay,
kamu dan
bukan.
sesiapa jua yang ada di muka bumi seluruhnya berlaku kufur, maka hal yang demikian tidak merugikan Allah. Kerana sesungguhnya Allah adalah Maha Kaya lagi Maha Terpuji. If you show ingratitude, you and all on earth together, yet is Allah free of all wants, worthy of all
Sekejap,
praises.
Wali, surah 14 ayat berapa?
Ayat 8.
14:8 Okey, 14:8.
Saya tak share screen.
Tak apa. It's okay.
Okay. So from this surah, I learned that Allah is self-sufficient. Allah told us in this ayah, even if all of us in the whole world does not believe in Him, it does not affect Him at all, as He is self-sufficient. Allah tu Maha Kaya. As a person and a hamba, it will be us who will be affected and not benefited for our ungratefulness, for our disbelief. As a God, Allah does not need us. It is us who need Him.
Of course.
That's all for me.
All right. We need Allah more than Allah needs you. You are only His servant. Okay, we need Allah in all our life. Okay, good. Thank you, Wali. Okay, siapa lagi? Ada lagi tak? Oh, nak pukul 10 lagi tadi.
Ada sir, last for the best.
Yes, last for the best. Please welcome the last for the best and the best for the last. Who is it?
Faiza.
Oh, Iza, Masya Allah.
Faiza sir, Faiza.
Faiza, yalah Faiza ke Iza lain Iza orang lain, Faiza lain. Okay, two different people. Okay, Faiza. Macam.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Dah. Can we?
Masuk. Yeah. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today, for today, I choose Surah 14, verse 14. Which okay. So from this ayat, Allah promises reward for those who do good deeds and balasan for those who do bad in life. So oleh itu, so to relate it as a student and also as an architect in the future, we should practice inshallah amin, we should practice honesty, like transparency towards all the process that happens in the designing of the building, and especially to our clients in the future, and also to avoid any corruption.
Google Translate kat sebelah.
Also, to avoid any type of corruptions towards them. So basically, that's a simple presentation from me for today.
Very simple. Okay, the things that I raised, the thing that I attract me earlier is about the honesty and avoid the distraction on the earth. Okay, almost similar with the point shared by Heba earlier, to preserve this land. Okay, thank you, Faiza, and the Google translator beside her. Okay. Stop sharing one. All right. Thank you very much for the Quran generation, because today we don't have Madam Shala. Madam Shala have other meeting to conclude everything, but my style is always to conclude what individually. So I conclude that. Then I leave to mana our beautiful Madam Yati. Madam Yati, anything that you want to, maybe you want to conclude, you want to share from the Quran General Sharing session earlier. Madam Yati, please welcome.
Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, maybe a simple conclude lah, Bronesh. Because Bronesh already explain kan, macam-macam relate to kita punya harian lah, our life kan. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Thank you for yang QJ for today. Actually reminder to me lah. Always remind for every day. Alhamdulillah. Just to conclude lah, thank you for reminder from like 14 ni macam popular kan. Dan yeah, it's about kita punya evidence lah, our life for everyday life lah kan. So kalau kita ialah kalau kita buat baik kan, we do good, so get reward from Allah kan, yang terbaik lah, reward from Allah lah. Okay, and always be shared lah, macam tadi siapa sebut, Syafiq kot it's about sharing kan, sharing everything, share about knowledge ke apa kan, apa yang whatever we have, the knowledge ke apa-apa kita share, and sedekah, not only sedekah dengan our duit, money kan, but knowledge also sedekah lah to your friends, to everyone kan. Macam kita lah as a lecturer pun, apa yang whatever we explain or give knowledge to you all is a sedekah also lah for every day, insyaallah kan. Sedekah insyaallah. And also yang olok-olok tadilah kan, betul. Maknanya kita don't be macam tipu diri sendiri kan. You tak faham and you try to explain that you faham, and then akhirnya you tak perform lah, at the end you tak perform. So jadikan kita ni yang tulus dan ikhlas for everyday life kan. So that kita berkah from Allah, and kita dapat reward from Allah. Itulah. Okay.
Alright. Thank you, Madam Yati. Kita duet hari ni Kak Yati. We are duo partner today because Madam Wan still, I think holiday, cuti.
Still on leave.
Still in kampung, still on leave in Taipei because something have to do with her dad. InsyaAllah, we let us pray for Madam Wan,
others.
Allah is everything for her. And then Madam Shala also have other meeting this morning, so only me and Madam Yati. Alright. So as of previous submissions, task 2 submitted, then now hereby I proudly announce your group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 dissolve. So no more work group after this. Okay, no more. So because after this we will focus on individual, but also in group. Apa tu? Macam mana tu? How is that? Kata tadi dah dissolve. Apa ni Brones ni kan? Kata tadi dah dissolve. Terus ada group pula. Apa ni? Okay, just simple. Okay, even though you are now you are in a task 3, even though it's individual, but you also have to be in group, because easy for us to monitor, and when we have a group create session, so that is why we supposed to be in a group. Okay, so this is the group 1. Group 1, I think I said it with you last time during the first session. Yeah? Group 1, and then group 2, group 3, and group 4. Don't be, even though it's in a group, but this work is not in a group work. You are group in a crit session. Like today, maybe group 1 and 2 with Madam Yati, and group 3 and 4 with me. Then we crit individual. Okay, since this is an individual crit, it's up to you all to arrange. Who want to crit first, who want to crit later, it's up to you all to arrange. But for me last time, in order for me to get, maybe because I can call myself Kiasu or something like that, Kiasu enthusiast ke apa, I don't know. But I always be the first to crit. If there are crit session, okay, you are first. Because why? I always like to be the first person to crit, because during the first crit, the lecturer is still fresh. Still have a lot of ideas. Okay, you do this, you do this, do this. I just absorb. What happened with the last person of crit? Where's your crit? At that time, the lecturer is already tired. Okay. Okay.
Okay lah.
But during the presentation, you are become the first presenter. Ay, dulu kata okay.
Yeah.
Nasib korang lah siapa suruh jadi last crit. Siapa suruh? Tak ada orang suruh pun. Okay, be the first to crit. But if I mention that, maybe everybody want to be the first. So you have to arrange within your group. Okay. Apa lagi? Group. Okay, dah kot. The group. Okay, so after this we will continue with a breakout room. Okay, group 1 and 2 with Madam Yati can go to the room 1. But for group 3 and 4 you can remain here. For that, Wali kau group mana Wali? Wali group mana?
3.
Sama dengan saya lah. Okay, so in group 3 and 4 you remain in this main session because we have presentation. Yeah, Kak Yati.
Today we have only 2 hours from 10
yes,
to 1.
Yes.
So maybe it's not enough time to
not
them.
Not enough.
So why don't we divide into 4 group 4 lecturers ke? Maybe they can ask Madam Shala or Madam Wan ke, or macam mana?
Boleh juga. Maksudnya they have to arrange with Ala and Madam Wan for separate session.
Or 3 kan, 3 groups ke. Madam Wan maybe on leave this week.
Itulah tu. I'm afraid to, let's say macam, yalah kalau macam saya risau Kak Yati. Ini only one group. Kak Yati group 2, group 3 and 4, Madam Shala and then Madam Wan. And then what happen if group 3, hello Madam Wan boleh tweet? Belum nanti dulu. Group 3 wrong gang. Madam Shala ni Madam Shala still in meeting or wrong gang. But for me, the strategy is group 1 and 2 which is me. Okay, just whoever want to be the first grade, just create, and then the other listen. The others listen, and then diorang akan belajar daripada yang orang yang create tadi.
Just nak make it for I think half of the class kan, for only 2 hours. Then delay nanti until night tu sebab malam pun saya dia dengan tulis.
Okay, like this. Okay, kita tengok dulu. Let's take a look on this.
And how about the site analysis presentation board? They already submit or not?
Diorang dah submit dah.
So no need to explain the board ke macam mana?
Tak perlu dah kot. Sebenarnya.
Okay.
You just upgrade whatever things that we commented from the last Monday's presentation. Upgrade it. And then we will look back on your presentation board before the crit session with the crit 2. Alhamdulillah, this one. Because during the crit 2 on week 11, you will present again your site analysis. Board with the panel. Okay, macam mana Kak Yati? Atau ada tendangan Kak Yati? Kalau saya macam tu je. no need to relook back. Kalau tak nanti hari ni pun dah habis dah because I did.
Delay
Delay. Because diorang ni pula, okay, remember guys, so you are now here 21 of October kan. So you only have next week, and then next 2 weeks for holiday, and then come back with the crit one already. Okay. Remember that, Okay, as of our schedule, supposedly.
But everyone knows how to collect the gist from the site analysis to do your design. Dia kena tahu.
You have to synthesize lah. You have to synthesize. This is the thing that we want to see. During this during this script one. Okay, and then there are also a tutorial. We want to see how you synthesize all the analysis, all the data that you have. You synthesize it into and incorporate it on your site plan. You incorporate it on your idea that you want to highlight, design.
Then they must diagram it.
Yes. That is why. You have to diagram it lah. Diaggramatize. Ada ke tak ayat? Okay. Then you have to diagram it. We want to see it, and then we want to guide you. We want to tutor you on how to develop your idea. Mesti dah ada dah ni, diorang ni. That is why on today from 10 maybe until 12, maybe we can have 3-4 students to create with us, kan? And then so the rest only can see first, look at what our comment, general comment. Then after 12 finish, and then we continue back on next Monday, full. Because Kak Yati dah bagi lecture dah hari tu kan? Settle?
Dah.
Okay, so that means the knowledge all is there. The only thing that you need to apply it on your design. Then we want to see it lah. Okay? Boleh Kak Yati? So that's my strategy. For today, it's okay. It doesn't necessary that we have to create all. At least you have 3-4 students who there enough to show their idea, and then we create. This is what I said. The more you've been created, the more you grow, the more you can progress, and the more better your product is later on. Okay, if you keep on menikus during the create, and then you suddenly show your first presentation during the presentation, habislah. Time tu lah korang kena qalu inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Meninggallah korang. Kan? So the more you create, the more better lah. Okay, as of my schedule here. As of my schedule. Okay, since now we are already in week 6. Okay. So this is the start from next week. Supposedly, group 1 is Madam Shala. Okay, next week. Group 2 is Madam Yati. Group 3, me. And group 4, Dr. Wan. Okay, so that is according to the week 7 lah. Since now today, we still have time. So, only available is Nash and Kak Yati. So, for today, group mana tadi? Next is group 3 and 4 because I want to see Wali's presentation on the task on her task 2, and then Madam Yati is group 1 and 2. Okay, jap siapa ni Adibah? Okay, group 1 and 2. The rest means after today's session means by next week. Maybe you also can start by this afternoon. After, let's say you have an idea, but you not enough time to be created by me and Madam Yati, you can contact. If I am in the group 1, I can start contact Madam Shala, because that is a preparation for the next week. Okay, if you are in group 2, and then you can contact Madam Yati as well. Here, Madam Yati, dia dah tukar lah kan? Kalau macam tu kita tukar lah. Group 2 and 3 kan? Kejap. Jadi grup inilah, Allahu Akbar. Betul lah. Apa aku pening ni? Pening lah kau ni Nash. Sekejap. Nak buat ni. Betul lah ni. Kan? Grup 1 and 2 means Madam Yati, you prioritize group 2 first. Okay. So group 2. Okay. And then group 3.
Uh,
Ya
oh,
Allah.
oh, 1, 2 lah, Nash, because next week saya dah jumpa group 2 because of maybe for this week, group 3 and 4.
Oh, macam tu. Okay, macam mana Kak Yati
Ah,
satu
so
group
kita
ni.
nampak overall lah. Kita nampak
So
overall.
yang ni 3 and 4 macam tu.
So next week kan I group 2, Nash group 3.
Okay, boleh juga. Boleh juga. Okay, okay. But Wali, you are in today before ni you because I want to see your presentation. Okay dah? And then group 3 next week. Betul-betul lah kita swap.
Kan. So
Okay.
kita nampak overall lah. Kita boleh
Yes.
nampak overall.
So group 7 before the holiday. Okay, then on the week 8 dia tukar balik lah. Okay.
Tukar balik lah.
And then rotation continue
Until
sampai dah
14.
until week 14. Faham?
But still individual, not in a group.
Yeah, you are in a group, but still the work is individual.
Individual.
Okay, don't say okay. Early Ikwan already present. Okay, so I follow Ikwan. Okay, guys. Okay, the other tips here. Please, you are in a group, kan? Okay, please find who are the benchmark. Who are the benchmark in your group? This is also one of my strategy last time lah. Let's say if we are in a group, even it's individual, so we have to set a benchmark. Number one, you have sub group. So you have to determine who are the benchmark. The benchmark here is always who become the progress is always very high. Nampak tak? Like today is we about to start, but Ikwan already have some sketches of missing. Wow, so this is your benchmark. Okay, so the benchmark always please bakar, always bakar your group. Oh guys, I already have my missing. In a positive way lah, not a riak. In a positive way to give motivation to your friend in order for your friend not left far behind. Okay,
Motivation, sharing.
Betul. So you are in a group benchmark, and for overall, let's say your benchmark is Ikwan have already missing for today, but you have to find also benchmark in your big group. Siapa tadi? Faiza. Okay, Faiza, Ikwan dah tunjuk kan? I already have my missing and I created with Bro Nash, and then Bro Nash approve my session, then I want to proceed with my 3D. And then Faiza said, hello, I already in 3D. Mana enter? I just press enter and render. So another benchmark. So that is a benchmark. So whoever far behind, why you are talking 3D already? I even a single line also don't have. I even single bubble diagram also don't have. You far left behind him. Please catch up. Okay? Boleh Okay, rasanya yang tu lah Kak Yati nak brief kat dorang ni. Ada soalan? Any soal? PIE soal?
Soalan. Soalan Heba.
Soalan faham ke?
Soalan faham.
Ke nak pura-pura faham? Pura-pura faham meninggal lah korang nanti.
Again Heba.
Yeah, soalan is the same in Arabic. Soal.
Soal ya.
Soalan
soal.
Okay,
La soal. Ana mahir. Ana arif. Ana la arif. Ana la arif. Antum la arif. Ana la arif. Qalu inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi. Okay. All of us no arif, Masya Allah. We go to kubur. Okay lah tak ada apa. Senang je ni Allah.
Joke je.
Okay, kidding. Yalah, hidup kena ceria.
Yalah, happy kan. So range for today kan. Happiness tu how much kan?
Tak nak check lah, nanti kecewa. Apalah we keep on our happiness lah Kak Yati kan. The reason why Madam Yati is like that, evergreen young, is always up, always smile kan. So siapa nak jadi muda macam Kak Yati, always laugh, always smile. Okay lah kot. And then let's continue with breakout room lah kan.
Okay.
Okay, so I will send Kak Yati to room 1 and then the rest can follow. Okay, mana tadi?
So my room 1 is group 3 and
3
4.
and 4.
Okay.
Unless Wali lah, Wali present with me first. And then after that,
Right.
you join them and then group 1 and 2. Meanwhile, if you not enough time to create today, then you can start with the next week punya group.
Next week.
You just print screen this. You just print screen this as of our briefing by our studio master earlier. For next week on week 7, in week 7, group 1 is me and Dam Salah, group 2 with
Group 2 with me next
3
week.
with me, group 4 is with Madam 1. Okay, but try don't to disturb Madam 1 too much because
Yeah.
she is now in thinking of many things because of her father is not really well.
Yeah.
Admitted on the ward kan. Ayah dia kan. Sakit apa I don't know.
I don't know.
We also don't know. But we only have know. She went back Rusty to typing last 2 days kan. Last 2 days 3 AM text us very urgent. She can join the studio on Monday last time.
Yeah.
Even until now she is still in typing. Okay. Okay dah kot.
Okay.
Apa lagi?
Apa lagi? Jom.
Okay, jap. I stop share first. Okay, maksudnya bila kita tanya when we ask them ayu soal, la soal means antum arif. Kullu arif. Alhamdulillah. Jap, mana tadi breakout room? Belum buka lagi Ada dah.
Buka pintu.
Dah, I already open all the room and then group apa tadi? Tertukar. Masya Allah, apa lupanya aku. Okay. Group Nash is 1 and 2. 1 and 2 remain here. And then group Madam Yati 3 and 4, you can go to room 1. And then I also will send Madam Yati to room 1.
Thank you.
Gimana Nur Hayati? Nur. Assign to room 1. Bye-bye, Kak Yati.
Bye.
Accept that. Accept. Boom. Accept and you can go there. Okay, group 3 and 4, please. Go. Unless Wali remain here, you will present your task. Kita break kejap juga, 5 minit. We continue on 10:28. Kenapa yang lain tak pergi lagi ni? Ada masalah ke? Group 3 and 4. Okay. Alright. Asal masih ramai kat sini. Sekejap cuba tengok dulu breakout room. Kenapa sikit je dekat bilik sebelah? Group 1 and 2 is with me. Group 3 and 4 is with Daniati. Okay, group 3 and 4 except Wali. Please go to the other room. Okay, Wali. Jom Wali. Wali pun dah tidur. Ke dia stuck tu. Halo Wali. Okay, jom Wali.
Berapa minit saya ada?
Okay, Wali, please present your
Ya
work.
saya. Berapa minit sir? Present?
10 minutes. 10 minutes. Lagi. All the co-host is here. Alamak. Okay, kejap. Co-host kat sebelah tak ada?
Saya ada record start.
Yang kat sebelah?
Start pula.
Amin. Up lah sikit. Ya. Kejap. Ikuan, pinjam kopiah Ikuan. Dah jadi ustaz aku pagi ni. Okey. Tahu ada sikit, saya kena simpan janggut panjang-panjang sikit. Dia pakai kopiah je Ikuan. Okay, you have record here. And then how about the other room? Ada tak yang record? Sebab tempat sini semua co-host. Tak ada kan? Hanan pun kat sini kan? Okay, means I have to go to the other room. Sekejap Wali breakout room. I go to the room 1 first. Sekejap saya pergi lawak dia. Alright, jom Wali tengok. 10 minit siapa jadi Ikuan tolong jadi timekeeper. 10 minit. Boleh Ikuan? Ikuan pun dah start gitu.
Boleh saya boleh.
This is the reason why we ask you to prepare your presentation slide. See this one, who can read this? If you present your board, so who can read this? Siapa boleh baca? Siapa boleh baca tu? Ilya, can you see the word, Ilya? Wali, if not you have to zoom lah. Lepas ni zoom in, zoom out lah sampai ke sudah.
No.
Zoom in sampai boleh saya nampak. Wali tak ada buat dalam slide presentation Hello?
Tak ada.
Wali tak ada buat dalam presentation slide tak ada
Ya, saya. Tak ada.
Tak ada buat. Tak ada. So this is the problem why we ask you to
Tak ada.
present in the slide.
Tak ada.
At the same time we also need you to have your board. Okay, so this Wali task 2 which Wali did a different project with you all. Okay, let's hear presentation from Wali for her task 2. Please welcome Wali. Ikuan tolong jaga masa Ikuan 10 minit.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I will present my board for task 2, which is a food stall. Okay, first of all, the food stall is located at Pekan Nilai Lama, Negeri Sembilan. This is the site. The site is located along Jalan Besar Nilai and beside a row of shop lots and besides Masjid Pekan Nilai. Okay. For the issue of the site, first batu peringatan kemerdekaan is not well maintained. This is the location of batu peringatan at the back of the site.
Okay, dah nampak dah. Okay, sambung.
Okay.
Dah jalan.
Okay. Second, which is the issue is lack identity of Negeri Sembilan. As we can see at the shop houses here, at the shop lot, there are no identity of tradition of Negeri Sembilan. And third, there are various ethnic population in Pekan Nilai Lama. We can see different of religious building here. This is the church, mosque, and a quill. Okay, so for the objective of this project, I want to celebrate the batu peringatan kemerdekaan located near the site and uphold the tradition and identity of Negeri Sembilan. I choose Rumah Negeri Sembilan as identity of Negeri Sembilan and to relate to the various ethnic population in Pekan Nilai Lama, the community there. Okay, from the objective, the NAKRI study for first issue, batu peringatan not well maintained from ayat 33, ia menurunkan kepada wahai Muhammad kitab Al-Quran yang mengandungi kebenaran yang mengesahkan isi kitab-kitab suci yang terdahulu daripadanya. Okay, this ayah, I learned that Al-Quran confirm the past kitab which is Taurat and Injil, and batu peringatan kemerdekaan itself confirm what went before. The batu peringatan contain the past. So I learned a connection between present and the past. Okay, for the second issue, which is the lack identity of Negeri Sembilan, Nakli is surah 4 ayat 4, dan berikanlah kepada perempuan-perempuan itu mas kahwin mereka sebagai pemberian yang wajib. Kemudian jika mereka dengan suka hati memberi kepada kamu sebahagian dari mas kahwin, maka makanlah pemberian itu sebagai nikmat yang lazat. Okay, this ayah is actually an ayah mutasyabihat that there is a hidden meaning depicted a ties of two different sides, which is lelaki dan perempuan. So from this ayah, I learned to uphold the identity of Negeri Sembilan by combining in an existing urban architecture. So from this ayah, I learned a connection between different architecture styles. So for the third issue, various ethnic population, the NAKRI study is from surah 8 ayat 3, iaitu orang-orang yang mendirikan sembahyang dan yang mendermakan sebahagian dari apa yang kami kurniakan kepada mereka. This ayah teach us to spend, which is to nafkah or derma, the sustenance that Allah has given us. So for this project, derma can unite the various race through charity for the needed. So I learned a connection between people. So from this NAKRI study, my approach for the conceptual, I derived to connection, which is al-ittisal in Arabic. The literal meaning is the state of being united, an action of associating or being associated. Okay. So from this NAKRI study and the concept approach, my design strategies for the first issue is to introduce the important element of rumah traditional Negeri Sembilan, which is the pointed roof. And second, for the second issue, introduce the tripartite arc window from late street eclectic style and wood carving motif from rumah traditional Negeri Sembilan to solve the second issue. For the third issue, I create a charity program, a new program for the food stall that could unite people through food. So from the design strategies, my design development, first I combine all the elements, the pointed roof, the arc windows, and the wood carving, but then I connect them and harmonize them so that all those elements will be one entity. And also there be I play with different levels. There are lower, some structure that are lower and a structure that is higher. And also for the ukiran itik pulang patang here, I change it into geometric shape. Okay, so for the spatial layout, first, in the point of view of customers, first thing they will see is the food display, because I want to connect food to people, right? So first thing they will see is food display, and then I will direct the workers at the inside of the food stall can pack the food that the customers ordered and then serve to them, and the customers will pay the food at the cashier here. Okay. I mentioned before that I create a charity program, right? So I direct the people who needed food into different way from the other customers. Why? Because we have to understand that sometimes those who are in needed are shy to ask for help. So I direct them into a different way so that they shouldn't feel shy to ask for help. So the food bank here I put at the semi-public part. The purple bubble is for public. Food preparation at the back is for the private. As for the workers, I zone them first. They can enter here at the back, and for the circulation of circulation of the workers, when they prepare food, they can easily access the food display, and they can easily work also from the food display, pack, serve to the cashier. Okay, that's all. For the so this is how I derive this bubble to the floor plan with scale 1 to 20. This is the food display I mentioned, food packaging. There is also cabinet for the storage, food serving, and this is cashier, food preparation, and also storage and food bank at the back. Okay, this is the interior perspective. You can see this is the food display. Another interior perspective. You can see this is the food preparation area. Okay, for the section, this section, we can see the food preparation area and the cabinet. This is the storage, and also this not longer. This cabinet is for wastage. This is a stand for cashier. Section BB, you can see this is seeing the cashier. This is the serving area. This is the display, and this is food preparation area. Overseeing this area. Okay. As for front, this is the elevation. Front elevation, overseeing what the customers can see. This is the food display. Packing the food. Serving. This is the way for those who need food to go to the food bank. Rear elevation, we can see the food preparation area, the workers preparing the food. At the left elevation, we can see a cashier, stand for cashier, and also for the serving area. Right elevation, the area for food bank.
Kak Wali, you have
okay,
2 minutes left.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's all from me. This is the exterior perspective. You can see the structures, the out windows, the wood carving. This is the physical model I made, scale 120 also.
Okay.
I think that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Wali. Thank you for the presentation. All right. So for my comment, overall, can you go back up there? Go back in the first.
Mana?
Atas sekali. The first slide.
Sekali. Okay.
First board on the first slide. Mana? Okay. Zoom out sikit, bagi nampak semua sikit. Bagi nampak address dapat bacaan tapi kena zoom out sikit je.
Dah.
Okay, then go down sekali dulu. Alamak.
Go down.
Ini masalah dia bila kita present dalam PDF, zoom up sikit. Habis dengan zoom out, zoom in, zoom out.
Sorry.
Bawah atas bawah. So you see the relevant why we ask you to prepare a slide presentation kan? Okay, bagi nampakkan sikit. Bagi zoomkan sikit. Bagi nampak isu, objektif, conceptual approach tadi tu. Okay.
Dah.
Okay, sikit lagi, zoom lagi sikit.
Okay. Dah.
Belum bergerak. Okay. Okay, Wali did a very good explanation in terms of how to introduce her project, her concept, her objective. Okay, this is actually for Aslan. This is actually the good flow of presentation. Okay, first about the issue. What are the issue that you want to tackle? Okay, then this issue actually is a direction. It's a direction for you to produce what makes your food stall or what makes your product different with others. Otherwise, you just copy whatever things that are existing right now, and then you just change the design, the look, and the shape. Okay, but the gist, the concept, the spiritual of the product is none. But how to determine the spiritual, how to determine our product is different is this one lah. This is the direction. So batu peringatan, maintain lack of identity of Negeri Sembilan, various ethnic population. Okay, from the earlier, I only see. I don't know what is the relevance of this because you didn't mention it in your design, even though is it spell it out here, but it's not portrayed in your design. Number one. Okay, this one also various ethnic population. You mentioned this. Okay, sustainable whatever, but also didn't find it in your design lah. Okay, unless this one. This one, yes. This one thoroughly you bring this concept until your production, the production of your product only. But this one I don't know. I don't know either it's have or not.
So may I explain?
You can explain. You can
Okay. For the third issue. For the third
number one,
issue
this one first. The
number one first. Okay. For batu peringatan, I want to connect present and the past. So I introduce the past element of Negeri Sembilan, which is the pointed roof of rumah tradisional Negeri Sembilan. Yes, sir. And then for the third issue, connect the people. My design strategies is in the space inside the food stall, which is I create the new program for the people, the charity that could unite people through food. Siapa-siapa yang memerlukan makanan, tak kira siapa, boleh datang.
Okay, good. This is good, and this is good. Okay, means Wali have shown it according to, but the impactful level is not really high, Wali. And then you can go up there, you can go up back there.
Okay.
Baca balik tadi.
Dah.
Lagi sikit lagi. Baca lagi sikit. Lagi tadi.
Dah.
Okay, connection between people. Okay. Nampak. Various ethnic population. Okay, this is okay. Means Wali mentioned about that in the design. Okay, good. But if you mention that, then you have to measure back the level of impactfulness. Kalau ada ayat. We always mention how impactful to the others. Okay kan? Macam contoh, let's say this one, various ethnic population. I am expecting when you said various ethnic population, your food stall cater for, because you mentioned about ethnic population kan? Even though you said that it's a connection between people. So this is my argument. If you want to say this, compare have something like, okay, I want to integrate the Chinese, since Nilai consists of Chinese, Malay, and Indian. So I design, I will integrate the Chinese, a little bit of Chinese architecture, Malay architecture, and Indian architecture in order to integrate them on, and I can connect them by having my food stall. That is more impactful compared to your ni lah. Earlier, if let's say in terms of from 1 to 10, okay, maybe your justification earlier is below 5. But if you have this, if I can scale 1 to 10, is more than 5.
In terms of form lah, sir.
Form ke apa-apa lah, in terms of how you want to connect them, because your statement here is various ethnic population. Betul. Bila various ethnic population, I'm expecting how you want to connect this all the ethnic. To connect the people. Kan? If you mention about to connect the people, maybe you is not various ethnic population. Your issue is only maybe lack of interaction, lack of connection. The people just go there, buy, and then but my food stall is rather than they go by, they for them to interact and connect. Barulah impactful dia. Okay.
Faham.
Kan? Okay. And then the other one, this one, batu peringatan. Okay, batu peringatan ni okay, bagus. And then connection between present and past, kan? Pun macam impactful, tapi this impact dia kuat, lebih kuat. It's more greater than this. Because you said that you want to preserve the present, the past, and you want to connect it between the present. Okay, how to make it more impactful is I'm expecting that you explain to me this is the previous, this is the past, but this is the past, but I want to modernize it according to the present style of architecture. So there are macam transformation. Maybe it's from like this, and then it goes to macam tu, tak tahulah. That is what I am expecting from you when you said you want to combine the connection between the present and past. Earlier you just mentioned about the roof element. Kan? That is why I said it's not really impactful. Impact tu ada, but dia tak macam tu. Dia macam macam tu je. Ada tapi dia tak kena. Okay, and like this one, lack of identity of Negeri Sembilan. Okay, why I say this is very impactful? Because you mentioned in your issue there are lack of identity. But when we look at your design, it's already Negeri Sembilan identity there. Faham tak? Maksudnya macam tu yang baru impactful. The moment we look at your design, we really want to relate it with your issues and objective and strategy. We look at your product. Ya, ada benda tu. Okay. How to make it more impactful? When the panel or the reader or the visitor or the other people read this issue. Sekejap. Tak tahu pula. Okay. The moment people look at this issue and then look at your design, ada benda tu. Barulah itu impactful. That's what we call impactful and well proven as in your initial plan. Okay. Overall, I really like the way you present it. Okay, ada issues, ada objective, ada this one, and then the connection, and then you further clarify it in your other strategy. Go down. Can you go down? So, okay. This is also good. You have this beautiful explanation, the design strategies, and then you have the special layout, then you have the design development. Okay, this is good. Okay, the only thing is here, Wali, maybe later on, because this is your floor plan. This is not floor plan now. Okay, this is only maybe just like a schematic plan. If we talk about floor plan, we don't draw a single line like this. Plan don't have single line like this. Unless you want to draw something like emergency plans, very schematic plan, and this is good lah. But if we talk about plan, there's no single line like this. Plan. This is what we call architectural convention. If we draw a plan, you have to draw better lah. Okay, let's say I ask you, what is this? What is this, Wali? Apa ni? Yang B ni, apa ni? Structure. I don't know whether that is a structure. What is the material of that structure?
Steel.
What?
Steel.
I don't know. Then you look back at the construction drawing to draw a steel in the plan. How to draw? Kan? Macam lagi food display. This one. Apa ni? Macam mana ni? Saya tak faham ni. Yang ni apa?
Cabinet.
Cabinet. How to draw a cabinet in the plan? Because plan ni, let's say this is the elevation kan. When you draw a plan, you have to mention, okay, this is the floor. Oh, alamak, saya ingat pula. Okay, this is the floor kan. Plan is when you design and you make a section 3 feet or 1 feet above the floor, then you make a section and then you draw it from the above, then you can see the double line. Let's say it's a cabinet and the double line, definitely double line, not a single plan, a single line like this. Okay, this is architecture convention. Okay, can you explain also this? I don't understand this.
Yang mana?
Ini apa pula? Ini pun structure jugalah.
Yang depan tu. Structure depan. Ini dia punya out ni.
Pun saya tak faham sangat ni. Oh, maksudnya tadi diorang masuk kat sini and then diorang ada structure ni. Tengok. Okay. Lagi satu. Tengok pening dia kat sini kan. Kata yang ni tadi structure. Tapi bila saya tengok dekat your elevation, turun bawah sikit. Turun bawah sikit. Dia ada wall lah. Memang ada wall ke kat tengah-tengah ni? Ni wall lah.
Mana?
Yang ni. Yang BB ni. Wall lah.
Tak.
Bukan wall kan? So that is why kalau according to your plan here, this is something like a wall. Means you separated these two area. Area ni orang lain, area ni orang lain. Then I will ask you how people from go to here, whereby when I will look at your plan here, there's no wall pun. Faham tak? So this is not a floor plan. This is maybe you can say it's a roof plan. When roof plan, then you can see floor plan above.
Top view.
Yeah, kalau floor plan, you only have to draw maybe the column here, and then here is all clear. Clear. It's a space so people can walk around here. But according to your plan here, you mentioned that something like there are wall here. There are wall. Okay, so that is architectural convention. Number 1. And then number 2, section. Section pun sama juga lah. We didn't draw a section like this. Okay, we must know, let's say if section, kita kena tahu lah it's a section, how to support this. And then you will have, okay, you will have maybe the beam here. You will have the beam here to support this structure. And then beside that, you also maybe have the horizontal beam in order to hold this structure, kan? Bear in mind lah, gang. When we draw a section, especially the place that we cut, we never draw a single line. Single line is only for elevation. Something like this, if you can consider it's elevation, yes, you can draw like this. But here, definitely not. This sebab benda ni yang dia kena potong kan. This is a section. This is a section. You maybe draw like this, kan? And then ada cabinet, table. Dia punya maybe the material is wood. And then you have to draw the technical section. Maybe this one is the compartment. In order to draw the compartment, and then you must have the ni. Maybe you don't understand that. Let me share screen to you all. Okay, let's see. Nah, nampak tak? You see the plan with your plan, Wali?
Mana belum.
Nampak tak? Ni nampak? I give you the example for the very simple one lah. This one, see? Wall list must be double line and then it's thick. Okay, like this. And then mana lagi contoh-contoh yang betul dan yang bagus. Okay, let's say this one. Okay, this one. You see double line, nampak? Double line. You see this is the wall. Yeah. And then here the cabinet. This is floor plan. Okay, this one. You see, this is a floor plan. Cashier, and then you have the mesti ada tempat basuh tu. Okay, then you compare with your plan earlier. How detailed is this plan? Banyak je ni contoh ni, nampak? Okay, this is the 3D. Okay, you see this is plan. This is plan. Nampak? Even though it's something like a mechanical diagram, but this is plan, Wali. Faham tak? Okay. Okay, then let's take a look of section. Food stall section. Okay, jangan saya cari yang mana yang betul section. What about this one? Ni section. Contoh. Ni nampak. Even though it's simple, but this is section Wali. You can see the truss. You can see the post. Sekejap see more here. Okay. Ni saya tengok sini. Okay, ini dia lebih kepada diagram. How about this one? This is plan. This one. Ini dia lebih pada tinggi apa semua. This is perspective. This one. Ni macam ni apa ni? Re-elevation, ni elevation lah. Okay, section dah nampak ni. Section dia orang mesti always they draw a double line. You see this? So this is a section one. We didn't draw a single line in the section. You see this? The section. Tengok balik. Okay, so the problem of your design is number 2 earlier is your other than your plan is your section. Technical thing. We call it architectural convention. Kita tengok ini pula. Tengok balik section. Macam ni baru section. Okay. Tengok ini juga. Ni elevation. Elevation. Alah, banyak contoh lah. Wali boleh tengok lagi nanti. Okay, saya balik semua kali tadi. Section. And then maybe also you have to put some dimension. Because earlier in your elevation, in your section, I didn't find any single dimension. Even though it's stated, macam ni kan, section ni. Tak boleh ni. Kita kena tahu macam mana dia berdiri ni. Ini pun macam mana nak berdiri. So architectural convention Wali. If you potong macam ni, macam yalah, macam saya nampak macam ada wall kat setengah ni. Orang ni terpisah, separated. These people and these people is separated. But it's not. Kan? Okay, so that is okay, number 3. Can we look at your food display? Macam mana food display Wali? Ni macam ni.
Yang ni. Tu.
Pun satu isu juga ni. Dia dekat dalam dekat dalam.
Kat dalam.
Orang dia macam terpisah sikit lah. Whereby supposedly when you look at the example of food display, food stall, food display. Nah, ada tak wall? Ada tak di dekat belakang-belakang? Kan? Agak-agak kan? Normally this one. Food stall. Food display. Dia memang the principle of food display, it must be really real engaged with the customer. The customer is there, they can see, not being separated by a wall, and then you have another arch there. Dia tengok ni, oh sebelah sana. Macam tu. Pasal sikit. No, dia ada side. Macam tu lah. Faham tak? Nah, you see, this balik food display, even the simple one, food display always be like this. People standard gitu. Okay, just imagine on your food display earlier. Cuba tengok. Cuba Wali say. This one. Okay, let's say this is what I mean. Let's say they want to you display a food here. Kan? There are two possibilities if you display a food here. Number 1, the food is never been sold because your customer didn't didn't realize there are food there, terlindung. Or otherwise, if people saw it, tu sebelah tu warna merah. Bawa. Sikit. Bukan sebelah. Nampak tak? So this is also the problem lah, your food display. And then the cashier, cuba tengok your cashier tadi. Your cashier. Bawah. Nampak lagi. Mana cashier? Yang ni cashier? Ni Aduh. Cashier ni dia macam something like, kalau dekat food store ni dia macam dah tempat yang megah sikit tau. Orang boleh nampak apa semua kan. Dia macam dia terasing sikit lah kat sini. Unless you put something like ini, dia ni, lepas tu ada apa benda tak kat sini, cashier. Then people know that this is a cashier. Kalau tak, dia macam dia dah lah laluan dia kat situ kan, orang masuk kat situ kan, pekerja masuk kat situ kan. Oli, pekerja masuk kat situ betul tak? Cuba tengok balik your plan. Cuba tengok balik your plan. Cuba tengok balik your plan. Go up there. Go up. Cuba tengok balik. Ni kan. Cashier. Orang masuk kat sini kan. Kerja masuk ni. Cashier kat sini. One day later if orang beratur lah. Orang beratur nak bayar. Laluan tu tak ada masalah. Okay. Cuma the only thing that macam dia agak macam, pada saya dia agak macam dia terasing sikit. Compare kalau kita tengok sini. Kita balik screen.
Aduh.
Food store Asia. Tengok kalau food store Asia, nampak tak? Keren ni kan, dia sekali dengan tempat order. Dia macam luas lah. Dia tak adalah tempat yang macam meja kecil je. Kantas sekaki je punya meja tadi. Berapa lebar Wali punya meja tu? Meja cashier Wali tu? Berapa lebar dia?
400.5.
Nah, sekaki setengah je. Tengok kat bawah tile. Lalu tu satu kaki, tambah sikit satu kaki setengah. Tu je. Kalau contoh, satu tu dah penuh dengan kita, mesti dah ada kita punya yang komputer yang kita nak scan. Itu pun dah penuh. Lepas tu bila ada orang nak bayar, macam mana dia letak? Macam saya baru beli. Kan? Ini ni, kat sini ada mi goreng, kat sini ada was, ada tempat kita nak letak macam tu. Ada kira kan. So that is why kalau tengok kat sini, if you look at here, see? Dia agak besar lah tempat cashier dia tu. Okay Wali
Okay.
Lagi tengok lagi. Banyaklah cashier ni. Kalau macam ni, even yang simple macam ni. Tengok dia ada at least dia ada satu tempat untuk dia simpan barang kat sini. Untuk nak tengok. Dia ada agak sikit problem with the proportion. Okay, lagi. Okay lah, basically yang tu sajalah my comment. Other than that, I think the outcome is there, the output is there. Cuma itulah ada sedikit-sedikit yang masih tak berapa padu, tak berapa jitu kat situ. Okay Wali?
Okay, masih.
So maybe Wali pun boleh juga, kalau nak tunjuk dekat Madam Shala pun boleh. You set an appointment with Madam Shala. I just created with Bronex today, and then I did input from Bronex for my presentation. Maybe you also can set appointment with Madam Shala to present your, then you can get the input. So take all the inputs in order for you to design your task 3. Boleh, because task 3 is important for your architectural convention. We don't draw a plan with a single line. Kita kata that is a floor plan. Okay. Even section pun sama juga. Tengok balik your Arceus punya plan untuk yang macam contoh, tengok Syakir punya, siapa lagi? Anis, siapa lagi? Fatin, Gadis Akmal, Haikal lah. Tengok macam mana diorang buat section, macam mana diorang buat plan untuk tuition. Lepas tu untuk Tasri pun sama. You can refer to their project. Boleh Wali?
Okay.
Ada soalan?
Tak ada.
Okay. All the best to you.
Okay, terima kasih.
Okay, thank you. Okay, jom. Sambung kepada siapa? Group 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Siapa nak create dulu? Atau siapa yang nak tunjuk dia punya idea, dia punya direction?
Me sir, me.
Oh. Okay, Wan, be a benchmark in this group, Wan. Come on, Wan. InsyaAllah boleh.
I'm not putting lot. So,
Okay, please.
right.
Okay, the rest maybe some of you, this is also one of the attitude of the student lah during the creep. Kau creep dulu. Tunggu. Okay, next, kau pula. Lepas tu dah habis. Oh, lega, tak sempat creep. Oh. Tapi korang akan menyesal. Yang macam itu. Saya pun dah lalu dah macam ni. Okay, jom.
Okay. So today I will just have a simple explanation about my idea. So I will explain about my issues,
Okay.
my design approach, and also the concept. The others I'm not thinking about it yet. Okay, so let's go for my first issues. Okay, for the Sarawak Children Art Gallery sketch. So my first issues is most of the children gallery have a passive and rigid shape like a cube and cuboid.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So this is good approach.
Okay.
So later on you want to run out from this rigid shape, cube and cuboid.
Yes.
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 So that is why, guys, that is important of issues, because from these issues we already have some glimpse in our mind. Oh, so later on he don't want to repeat this. So you have to prove like in your design. You have to in your design. Don't do like, okay, earlier in your issues you don't want to have a rigid shape like cube, but your product you repeat the cube, you repeat the rigid shape. So what's the purpose of this issue you study?
Right. Alright.
So
So okay, next is the second issues is most of gallery is focused on environmental aspect and nature is close.
Okay,
So
pun bagus. So later on I try to
alright.
so you will incorporate a lot of nature and green element in the wow, best.
Yes.
Okay, lagi?
Alright. So from these issues, I come up with my objective, which is first I want to design an extraordinary shape. Yes.
So dua isu je yang kau nak tackle?
Yes.
Only two issues that you want to tackle?
Setakat ni.
Okay, sometimes even one issues, but we have a few objectives. Then it's good. I'm afraid only most of the students one issue, one objective. Then only come up with two issues and two objectives. Compared Ikwan have two objectives. Compared with Forlan and Forlan, have 5 issues, 5 objectives, 5 design strategies. So later on, which one will got more higher mark? Kan? Okay. Analogy again. Analogy. Maybe you don't understand. Analogy one. Let's. We are both country. You are the other country A. I am country B. Okay, we are about to have a war. Kan? You will face this war with 2 strategies, but I have 10 strategies. So you think who will win later on? One.
You yes.
Okay, tak apa. It's okay. But this is a good start. Don't worry too much.
Alright.
It's okay. But the only thing is, you have something to create, to spark the discussion, to give my mind to throw some idea to you. But if you work on these 2 issues, no problem. So later, when you think, and then I do believe it will have another issue, and then it will create more objective. Okay, go for these 2 first. Come on, one. Okay, so what's your objective to solve these issues?
Objectives. Okay. My first objective is I can freely, not freely design. Okay, and then I also want to design a gallery that connected to environment and nature surround in its site. So from the objective, I come up with my design. There is 4 design approach.
Okay, wait.
First,
wait one.
I choose. Yes.
Wait one. Okay. Let me continue.
Okay.
Okay. This is what I meant earlier when I tell you one issues. Ada satu issues kan. Then you have kat sini you want what are the one objective. Okay, for me, sometimes from this one issues, I also can come up with 2 or 3 objectives. Okay, macam tadi lah, Wan cakap kan. Wan cakap, Wan mentioned to us that most of the gallery, children gallery is too rigid. Okay, number 1, I want to create one gallery, no rigid, free form kan. And then the other one, I want to apply a combination of circle and eclipse. Okay, maybe lah kan. Number 2. And then number 3, this is the plan. You can tackle it from the plan. The other thing that you can tackle it from the elevation. Pam macam tu ke. Nampak tak? This is how we elaborate and how we solve one issue. Faham tak? Only one issue, one objective. Macam tu meninggal. I give you some example. That's why some students sometimes they only have one issue, but from this one issue they have few strategies. Means you are focusing on how really solve this issue. If you have one issue but you only one objective, that is why I tell you sometimes it's not really impactful. Sometimes it's impactful, but very seldom. Unless you have 5 strategies, objective to settle one issue. Do you think it's more impactful? Kan? So you can focus on this issue, and then what are the objective that you think that later on it can solve the issue? Faham?
Faham, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, take note, yang lain pun sama, take note. Okay, apa lagi, Wan?
So from the objective, I come up with my design approach, which is first is choose irregular shape that I draw randomly.
Tambah lagi satu, patah balik.
Okay.
Saya nampak tadi because focus on this. This is actually from your second issue tadi kan?
Yes.
Okay, nature. Okay, this is from the issues number 2. They kata most of the gallery not incorporated with the nature and the element. Okay, yes. Number 1. I want to come out with, in my design, there's a lot of courtyard. Courtyard. Where here, later on, there's a lot of trees. Number 1. Number 2, since we talk about the environment, yeah? In my gallery also, there are a lot of water element. Nampak tak? Water element. Number 3, okay, there are also a lot of incorporation of the natural lighting. Whereby later on I will have a lot of atrial. I will have a lot of maybe facade, open facade. Number 3, and then number 4, I will have a lot of stack intact for the natural ventilation. Maybe. So see or not? Only one issue, but I can come up with 4 objectives. Tadi dah 4 objektif. Campur lagi tadi berapa 3, dah 7 objektif with 2 issues. Tak kebanyak tu, tak kemeriah. The more the merrier. It's okay. It's okay. You just throw out the idea first. This is the process of gaining idea, guys. How to receive a lot of idea. Just take note whatever ideas come in your mind, whatever glimpse in your mind. Just take it note and then not chop. Don't think too much about logic ke tak logic, build or not, practical or practical. That is later. If you think about that, or maybe sadaqallahu lazim lah, your idea will come, tak logik. Dalam idea gila-gila lagi, tak best, gila sangat. Datang lagi idea, not logic. Forever you will not get any idea. Either is gila, either is crazy, or one not practical, tak logic. Just take it not first. Ambil je dulu. Because that is a letter in process. How to make it logic, how to make it practical is later. Okay? Okay, Wan, faham
Okay, faham sir.
Okay, lagi, sambung lagi.
Right, the next one is my design approach. So my first design approach is I want to choose a regulation that I do randomly, like scraping, then make it practical.
Good.
The second one is I want to use a lot of colorful element to show the joyful in and out the gallery.
Itu best,
It's not only we paint the gallery, maybe we paint the facade, maybe we can use the colorful materials such as colorful mirror, or maybe we can put the colorful lighting. So it's not only paint. Okay, and then I want to put a nature element like plant and water element in the gallery. And the last one, I also want consider
salah
in open space.
Ouch.
Okay.
Dia dreaming. Okay. Dia punya level in love tu ada lagi.
Astagfirullah. Okay. So from this design approach, I come up with my concept. Okay, so which is ecstatic, feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness or joyful excitement. Okay, which means
not ecstasy,
no.
Goyang.
No.
Ecstatic. Okay, ecstatic.
Okay, so it's mean like when people see my building, they can feel the enjoyment of the building in and out. Because of the irregular shape, and also the water element can calm their mind also, and something like that.
Okay, stop dulu. Okay, this is the good thing of Tikwan. Idea tu ada tau. When the moment you have idea and Tikwan express it, incorporated with the images, doesn't it seem like easily to understand? Kan? Rather than you just put a word there and then you let people try to imagine wildly. Kan? Then ecstatic, memang dia nampak lah itu. So this is what the direction of Tikwan later on in his gallery. Okay, Wan, Okay, apa lagi, Wan?
I think that's all.
Okay.
For now.
The only things that later on you have to think about the nakli. The things that
yes.
The nakli means you have to the nakli study based on the objective earlier. Overall, I see the direction of your gallery here. It will be very fantastic later on. I hope so.
Yes. Amin, inshallah.
Very fantastic because we want to run out with something. See, we can see the different later on. The more colorful, and we can. This is the process of now. You create people, you create imagination to the people that this is later on how's your gallery look like. So this is the process, guys. Okay, the only thing nanti Ikwan must relate with the nakli lah.
Alright, sir.
Okay, very good. Good start. So this is the first benchmark from Ikwan. Okay, so later on Ikwan, you fill up your log sheet. Fill it right now. Now. Don't wait, don't procrastinate. Don't wait, don't tunggu. Fill it now in PDF, then you send it to me. And I will endorse it that is your first log sheet. Okay, remember, I forget to announce earlier, but please do inform to the other group earlier. The other group dekat sebelah tu. After this script, you must immediately fill up in your log sheet. Don't wait, because the longer you wait, the more procrastination you did later on. After you fill up, PDF it, especially for group 1 and 2. And then you send it to me in PDF, and I will endorse it immediately. Okay, so that is the first log sheet. We have a requirement. Berapa log sheet yang you kena ada untuk create 1? 6, right? 6 ke berapa? Tengok balik. That is the requirement. You have to fulfill the requirement. If not enough log sheet, we don't allow you to present. Okay. Who else? Sekarang dah pukul berapa dah? Saya pun ada benda yang nak buat ni pukul 12 setengah. Thank you, Ikwan, for setting up one benchmark for group 1 and 2. So
Right, thank you, sir.
anybody here want to beat the benchmark by Ikwan? Alah, baru sampai ni aku dah ada lebih lagi. Okay, please. Go on. How about the duo there, Afifah Faiza. Cuba.
Pipa nak present sir.
Tapi tak banyak lagi, just
No tapi, just go.
just some pictures and general ideas.
Betul.
Yeah,
Takpe. This is the process. Ini benda yang kita nak tengok at this stage pun memang benda yang tak siap. Kan? Kami lebih happy. We are more happy to look at the non-siap work rather than perfect work. But pam comment.
Tapi it's just I just do some research.
Wait, apa tu pipo?
Ya Allah.
Pipa dia macam-macam.
Aduh yai.
Dia name dia pipo. Okay, pipo. Ingat poh. Bukan poh. Tapi
first,
nampak pipo ni, saya teringat ipoh lah. Ipoh mari. Okay, pipo.
Firstly, I just do some research about, because we want to do a children art
Tak nampak
gallery.
ni. Tak nampak. Klik the slideshow ke apa ke. Because I only see the children art gallery pipo. Okay, this one.
Okay, I just do some research. What can we consider the age as a children? Which is from the first research I did from Wikipedia it says that child as a human being below age of 18 years. So we can see that children had umur kanak-kanak adalah daripada 0 hingga 18 ini from the first research. And then the next saya cari adalah seorang yang masih belum mencapai akil balik. Lepas tu from the chart here we can say Amondo
tu.
Okay. Kanak-kanak punya umur which is 13 until 20 mencapai peringkat remaja dan baligh. And then from this I found that the definition from kamus apa yang dia mention tak tercopy kat sini. Didefinisikan sebagai seorang yang di bawah umur 18 tahun seperti teman-teman dah mention mengenai hak kanak-kanak dan akta kanak-kanak 21. Okay, and then slide lepas ni more to pictures apa yang saya more still in research apa yang saya nak buat lagi. This is from National Gallery Singapore, which is they play with the light and also the colors which can stimulate the children's senses. And then the picture on the left, it shows that the children art gallery, the children actually do the art which can be exhibited in the gallery. This is one of the things that I want to implement, but still in consideration. But it piqued my interest, this kind of activities done in the art gallery. And also from the right picture, what I want to show or highlight here is actually the openness, the gallery nowadays didn't have, because they usually have a gallery that is enclosed, and then some of the activities that done by the children, which is when they visit the gallery, they can actually draw or transfer what they feel or what they saw from the, like in the picture they saw the statue of a horse, so they can draw what they feel. Maybe from what they said, the horse actually running, but from what they can see in their mind is maybe the horse is running happily from the colors or what the children will do lah. And then this is one of the precedent study that I do, which is ABC Art Basics for Children from Hub. I can see that from the left picture, which is the door, they actually put the angle of which the door opens. So I think this kind of interesting because the children can also learn and also see the angle in real life from here. And then the middle picture is where there are space for the children to actually relaxing and do their arts or actually sprawling lah, because kids are actually active. And also when if they are tired, they can also sit down and maybe read some books in the provided by the gallery. And then this also some of the interior of the ABC gallery.
Okay.
They have some things that actually bergantung
Depending
gantung
on
di
what?
atas. Apa?
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 Bergantung. Hang. Hang.
Hang.
Hmm.
Hang. Also which actually can stimulate the kid senses because kanak-kanak ni mata dia bukannya satu arah je, tapi mata dia meliar ke atas ke bawah. So dah kalau kita just buat the exhibition only on the ground, they might find it boring. So for the children, as they are active, they can their eyes will ke kulu ke kiri ke atas ke bawah. So when they see that from their perspective, they can see all of the spaces in the perspective is actually filled with any kinds of things, many different kinds of texture. And then dah habis dah, tu je saya dapat cari.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you, Beba. That's to say slowly because that is your progress, that is your reason, because different student, different methodology kan on how to get an idea. Because early Ikhwan did mention directly to the things that we need, form issues, form objective, form strategies kan, form. Okay, that's but Ifa ataupun people people said that people is different methodology because people always like to start research to penuhkan dulu to fulfill all the punya mind with some data in order later on to synthesize that data and then to come up with their punya design. But the only thing here, people, you have very good data, but this process, the data thing, I think is already past. This process nowadays and the later is how you synthesize all the data and assist you to have your design, to assist you on make a decision. Okay, macam Ikhwan tadi, Ikhwan later on you have to focus on another thing is your synthesis. Kan? Earlier you already have the thing that your direction, you have the issue that you have the thing that you want to solve. Later on, then you have to start to sketch from the plan. You have to try. Before that, we have a site kan? Kita ada site. Okay. Before you design your plan, you have to determine the site zoning first. Where you look at the entrance, where you look at the private, semi-private, and public, and use whatever data that you have, including the site analytics data, to assist you to make a decision. Similarly, like people, you did a lot of macam tadi, I can say it's a precedent study lah. Okay, it's a precedent study for the kids gallery or whatever, but we still not sure how you apply this study into your design. So it's okay. This is the process. This is the beginning. So later on, when you have all that data, use that data to assist you, to help you to come up with your design, to come up with your idea. Okay? Ikhwan pun sama. Next thing, maybe when you explain it to Dr. Shala, to Madam Yati, even to me again, maybe I confused. We still don't know what is your direction, what you want to try, what you try to achieve. We still not sure. Then there is why the important thing of doing a precedent study. So Ikhwan, later on you find where is the gallery, almost like what you want to do. Similar character with yours. Maybe not only one, maybe 1, 2, and 3, and then you combine. This one have this element from this one have element from this, have element from this. So this is my precedent study. So later on, this precedent study will assist me on to design my own gallery. Okay, like what Afifah did earlier, even though it's not really well cooked, but it's half cooked. But as long as you start cooking, beforehand, you are start with the precedent study, which is good. But later on, you have to explain like what Ikhwan explained earlier. Have issues, and then from these issues, there are objectives, there are strategies. And then later on, when we go for site planning, and then we have to see, we want to see your site zoning based on the site synthesis. Utilize all the data that you have, all the data that you research, in your design. Boleh, Fifa? Boleh, Fifa?
Boleh. Boleh, sir.
Okay lah tu. Boleh lah tu. So basically, as for your presentation now, that's all my comment lah. Then you later on, you transfer it into your log sheet. Hopefully, I can receive all your log sheet by today. Don't wait until tomorrow, next week, until the day of grade 1, barulah nak hantar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Itu semua antara contoh-contoh student yang bakal-bakal. Qalu inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Okay? Boleh Okay. Thank you. It's okay. Tengok tak? This is important of having accreditation. Okay, the rest tu mungkin yang kat belakang-belakang tu dia nak absorb dulu. If you are really a good absorbent, then it's good lah. I'm afraid you all ni jenis yang tunggu dan lihat, tapi kesudah-sudahnya nanti tunggu dan lihat sampai towards the end of the presentation barulah gelabah. Macam ada stiker kucing tu, gelabah. Selamat gelabah lah macam ni. Ada masa awal-awal nak start, tak nak start. Ada masa awal untuk create, tak nak create. Nah, kan? Okay, tak apa. InsyaAllah, group 1 and 2 ni best-best semua. Okay, ada yang nak challenge people dengan Ikhwan ke tadi? So far Ikhwan masih lagi atas lah. People pun ada tapi dia kat belakang. So dia perlu rapat Ikhwan ni. Dia macam bila final lap nanti sama ada dia nak maintain macam ni, makin jauh Ikhwan ataupun yang ni. Bye-bye Ikhwan. Makan asap lah kau. Okay. Siapa lagi? Next.
Dai.
Dai.
Sir, okay, dah.
Berembut. Osok lali taplok.
Betul.
Apa siapa dulu please. That is why mungkin next time around Ikhwan ataupun siapa before the create, okay, siapa yang nak jadi first create. Jadi tak ada dakwa lepas tu. Okay, Ikhwan first, second ni, third yang ni, fourth yang ni, fifth yang ni. Contoh after this dah determine is dah ini kan. Tapi dah ini alamak, okay, aku belum siap lagi. Okay, next, go first. Okay. You go. Siapa? Aku tak tahu siapa, macam mana korang punya arrangement. Korang nak potong queue, siapa yang datang dulu, aku layan.
Dai nak dulu ke?
Siapa nak dulu?
Dua aja. Saya dulu Sir, first of all, minta maaf because saya guna, saya guna I wish punya line, so saya takut kalau buka kamera nanti habis.
Okay, this is good example. At least you mention, kalau tak aku mana tahu. Mana tahu korang kamera shy kan, ramai kamera shy kat sini kan. Padahal tengok muka sendiri je pun. Bukannya tengok muka lain. Tengok Ikhwan dengan muka dia kan mana? Kita nak malu apa kan? Okay, tak apa. Okay, maksudnya Izzah ada masalah dengan dia punya dan dia tak boleh, dan bagi tahu. Kalau tak saya tak tahu. Then, okay, grant, proceed.
Okay, proceed saya share. Okay, alamak. Okay. So,
dia punya slide pun dah color-color kawan.
Tak tahu pula ada benda tu. Okay. So for my Skype project, sama juga macam Ikhwan dengan Pipa. Saya tak berapa ready lagi.
Okay,
tak banyak.
Tak apa.
Macam mana nak next? Okay. So for the issues, First of all, saya nak avoid the stereotypes where museums are boring. Sebab kadang-kadang some children, even me, if I go to museums, kadang-kadang macam orang akan fikir, oh benda ni pasal history, benda ni pasal oftenly orang akan anggap museums are boring lah. So I want to avoid the stereotypes. And second of all is the limited possibilities of movement. Limited possibilities. Yeah.
Izzah. Okay, this is what I also want to comment. When you have issues, this issue sometimes it like very general, very general. How to come up with is very specific. Because why? When you have issue very specific, later on it will assist you on to settle to counter it specifically. Macam tadi dia kata boring. Boring in terms of what, Izzah? Adakah boring disebabkan tengok, ada orang boring tengok tengok gambar aja boring. Ada orang tengok gambar ada tapi tak ada aktiviti pun boring juga. Ada orang boring disebabkan dia punya design dari luar. Nampak tak? It's very general. When it's very general, you all tend to think globally. Pun tak perlu fikir global pun. We have to focus on our own. So that is why we have to confirm kita kena be specific. If it's too boring, what type of boring that you want to tackle? Adakah boring disebabkan melihat, disebabkan boring tak ada aktiviti, ataupun disebabkan apa? Ada Izzah?
Kalau saya nak kata boring in terms of the penama tu yang masuk tu, entrance and also the interior of the museum.
Okay. So you said that dia punya interior is not very boring lah. Okay, you paraphrase that on the words means you want to create something like interior is not really kan? What are the common interior that feel it will bore you? What type? You can share. You can tell, this is the example of very boring interior. So I want to convert it with this. Kan? Cuman tadi dia cerita satu isu ada gambar. Dan kita boleh faham. Faham? This is part of strategy on how to make people more understand on what we're presenting. Boring.
Okay.
Sebab yang faham keboringan tu kau seorang je. Tapi tak tahu apa boring jenis apa. Macam saya tak suka boring yang tak ada aktiviti. Gambar ni sebenarnya saya tak kisah pun. Tapi kalau ada aktiviti, itu saya tak boring. Nampak tak? So you determine state. You detailkan state this statement. Boleh, Izzah?
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. Okay. Then number 2?
So number 2 is the limited possibilities of movement. Maksudnya macam orang pergi museum macam selalunya jalan kaki. But what I want to propose is that sebab ini kan like children art museum gallery. So I want to like more movement lah, possibilities of movement. Contohnya macam sliding.
Maksudnya Izzah nak buat diorang lebih interaktif. Ada
interactive.
Limited of interactive activities of the children. Lebih spesifik kan macam tu kan lebih mudah faham. Kalau movement macam mana? Berduduk macam ni pun movement juga. Kan? Movement bentuk macam mana? Spesifikkan sikit. Mungkin tapi the way yang Izzah mention to me earlier is about the interactive. Compared we just dia ada lah aktiviti, dia pegang ke, dia duduk ke, dia merangkak ke. Okay? Limited of interactive activities in a children gallery. That is orang boleh faham. Dan kita tahulah nanti we can imagine from this statement, we can imagine later on your gallery later on lot of make movement, lot of interactive activities. Okay. Okay, good. Okay then.
Okay, so ni bukan isu ni. It's more of a statement nak bagi tahu yang age children are more explorative than adults and they are quick to absorb information from their surroundings.
This is not issue. This is
bukan issue.
Statement. Issues is issues. Problem that you want to solve. You have to put this somewhere lah. But this one children are more explorative and quick to absorb. This one is a statement of supporting the second issues earlier. Faham?
Okay, faham. Jadi dua je lah isu saya tu.
Okay, it's okay. For this moment mungkin dua. Tapi kita cakap balik tadi dengan Ikhwan tadi lah, as I mentioned with Ikhwan earlier, don't look enteng. Jangan pandang enteng, don't look enteng kau. Underestimate the two statement of issues or maybe only single issues, don't look underestimate it, but later on you maybe can have a few objectives, few strategies from one issue. Then you good. Kan? Okay, continue. Apa lagi Izzah?
Okay, so next slide. So design approaches. I want to propose something playful and fantasy related to attract the children's attention.
Okay, wait. Yeah. The best thing of how to explain this design approach, we don't know this related to which issues. Macam contoh, to relate the issues with the approach. Tackle it by cluster lah. Yang isu ni untuk cluster ni, isu ni untuk cluster ni. Okay. Something
so,
and project ini nak relate dengan isu mana tadi?
Nak counter the first one.
The first one,
avoid stereotypes.
Boring tadi kan?
Boring.
Okay.
In terms of the entrance lah. So I maybe something nak bagi the children the feeling of exhilaration and anticipation before entering. Just like macam kita nak enter Disneyland ataupun Universal Studio, kan macam because of the kalau Disneyland tu dia punya music dia yang kuat, dia bagi rasa exhilarate. And then maybe because of the landscape and the the structure of the entrance lah.
Okay.
So something
entrance. Okay. For entering. Maybe so you have to come up with one powerful words. Then this is the celebration. The excitement started at the entrance of the gallery. Nah. Okay, mungkin. Then from there, and then you can elaborate what you want to have in the end. So this one lah. Kan? Kalau tak ada pun kita tak tahu entrance kat mana, tiba-tiba ada entrance. Kita just faham anticipation before entering. Entering ni either entering pintu masuk ke atau entering the kawasan ke, entering area ke, kita tak tahu. So which one you have to focus. Macam if you mention just now, you want to create the enjoyment, the excitement at the first step they enter the area. Belum lagi masuk gallery tau. The area first, diorang dah rasa dah ada excitement. Because I've been in a Disneyland Japan, Tokyo. Yeah, betul. The moment we bought the ticket, we enter the gate, wah, dia ada dekat situ. Macam tu lah kan? Okay.
So itu one of my design approaches. Next is possibilities of movement too, which is like they can slide, they can crawl, they can sit, so macam-macam lah. They can have various kind of activities, and at the same time they can be more explorative and feel lah bergerak bebas.
Good. But the only maybe from this picture I can see the relation, but you have to later on don't be too driven with this image, because later on the gallery-nya tu dah hilang. So, kan sekarang yang ni lebih kalau nampak macam sekolah ke tadika kan, ini good. So that's why I am afraid you too focus with picture, and then later on the gallery semua workshop tu dah hilang. You have to stick your mind this view of image, but still at the same time incorporated with the gallery. Alright? Okay.
Right. So next is interactive furniture, walls and equipments. Like this. Ini nak counter back yang the mana issue.
Which issue? Dia pun dah
yang stereotype museum are boring.
Masih stereotype. Masih lagi isu yang satu nampak tak ikuan kau. Satu isu baru kan. Dah 2 slide.
Ini nak kasih dia more interactive lah, because macam statement tadi tu, at the young age children are more explorative. So something like this, like boleh menyorok bawah tangga, like main-main dengan dinding.
Boleh.
So maybe I can integrate Sarawak punya culture into Sarawak punya art.
Baru nak cakap juga. Yeah, don't lose the Sarawak things. Ikuan pun pasal Sarawak. Means benda tu boleh jadi dekat Dubai, boleh jadi dekat mana-mana. So there is later on lah. But even though it's later, you can start think it right now. The context. That is why Contact kan. That is why we have the site analysis. So that site analysis will assist you on how to design your gallery ni according to the context. It is Sarawak. Okay, good. Masukkan kat situ. Kalau tak kita tak boleh baca tu Izzah. Kita pun pasal Sarawak kat situ.
Okay. So next is I want to like have striking structures dengan colours.
Wow.
Striking structures tu either interior and also the exterior lah, macam the texture of the structure. And then the colours tu bukan setakat the painting of the wall, but also kita boleh buat macam ni, the shadows, the lighting.
Wow. Wow. Good. Nampak
So
tak? Ni idea. This is idea, guys. This is idea. Sometimes we think it either is logic or practical. That is later. The moment as we have that idea, tangkap je dulu, tangkap je dulu. Aku nak ada macam color ni bukan saja daripada painting, daripada shadow. Means ada glass, there are a lot of colorful glass, and then when there are sun, and then the light penetrated with the color instead of just a plain white color, it's colorful. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Jom, apa lagi?
So I think that's all.
Okay. Very good start. Very good start from Izzah tadi. Similar, I think it's also similar with Ikhwan. Okay. Cuma tadi kalau boleh same comment with Ikhwan. You have to relate it with the Nakli, Izzah. Relate with Nakli, number 1. And then number 2, you have also the precedent study. Okay. And then number 3, later on when you try to think of your site zoning, you start now. To determine where is your private, where is public, where is semi-public in the site, and then use all the data from the site analysis to integrate it in your site plan. And then if you have a site plan, you have the zoning, you start to do the bubble zone whatsoever, because we want to see that in grid 1. Boleh? It's a very good start. Thank you, Izzah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Ada lagi? Siapa tadi? Dah kan tadi kan? Masuk. Tengok orang lain pula. Dah kena potong. Okay, dah. Come on, dah. Die hard. Die fan. Die one.
So saya
Kejap.
Hello.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Kejap. Kenapa ada macam ada orang lain bercakap?
Suruh be that pleasant.
Okay, dah.
Okay.
So first saya start dengan isu. So isu saya
buat slideshow sikit dah ini. Dah buat slideshow sikit. Slideshow. Boleh. Clear.
So the first issue is does not have appreciation on children's art and talent. So from this, my objective is to promoting and encouraging children artistic creation on international level.
Okay,
So
wait.
instead,
Okay, from this issue, nampak ada isu does not have appreciation children's art and talent. Okay lah, this is what I said. The issue is there, but too general. Not really specific. If you have an issue specific, later on it will assist you on how to specifically get an idea. Tapi tak apalah, kita tengok dulu. But for me, my first glimpse from this statement does not have appreciation on children's art and talent. How to appreciate the children's art and talent? Promote and encouraging children. Of course, because that is also the function of gallery, to promote and to encourage. But in how, let's say when we talk how, we always use in our mind how architecture. Nampak tak? How architecture being used to promote and encourage children artistic creation on international level. How? This is what I said. The statement is very general, but it's okay. Later on, we'll see how. If you can answer me that, how architecture, how to use architecture.
Kalau instead of just display the art in the gallery, So kita buat event untuk orang boleh sama-sama tengok. So benda tu akan jadi lagi jauh.
Betul lah.
Instead of dekat situ.
That is also the function of gallery. We create an event. Nampak tak? Okay, when you solve an issue, okay, this I assist you now. When we try to create issues, try to think of what are the non-common things. Like what Dai mentioned to me earlier, gallery is promoting. Yes, the current existing gallery also promoting. Apalagi, the gallery is exhibiting the children. Yes, we have a gallery. Memang pun dia exhibitkan the student ataupun the children. That is the common things, guys. Okay, now try to think of non-common things. Try to think something like extraordinary. Tak apa. Saya tengok macam tu lah. Because the moment Dai cerita tadi, yang saya nampak ke depan macam tu. Macam compared with macam tadi Ikhwan dengan Pipo, they have very specific issues. And then I can imagine that on what are the direction of Ikhwan and Izzah tadi. Tadi Izzah kan tadi kan? Izzah saya lupa pula nama Izzah. Means Izzah dah ada clear vision, clear direction. Rather than this, contoh, this is from my point of view, does not have appreciation on children's art and talent. Memanglah. Kita punya galeri memang kita nak ceritakan pasal, we want to tell about the talents there, semua there. And then objective promoting and encouraging children. The children gallery always there to promote. What are the different things that you want to propose here? So that is the next question. What your gallery different with other in terms of promoting, in terms of appreciating the children's art and talents? Boleh cerita dah? Apa yang beza dia? Mungkin the common thing is display on wall kan? Okay, this is what I'm expecting different with others. That common thing, the issue is they all just stick on the wall. But my gallery is hang in the ceiling. Mungkin. We start with the whole idea. That is what I think. I talked to you earlier. At this stage, don't think too rigid that it's practical or it's logic. Go on. Sama ada dia tergantung ke, ataupun kita jalan, dia zoom, jalan lagi, zoom. Kita tahu. Kita keluar daripada kebiasaan. Okey, cuba cerita sikit. Apa yang beza dia, Dai?
Just
Again, tak dengar sangat.
Just general issue untuk yang first.
Okay, then how you solve this? Promoting ni macam mana, how you want to make it different in terms of promoting and encouraging?
Saya macam kami interact from the international people, so buat event semua tapi
ada galeri kita tak buat event, itu ibarat makan nasi lemak tanpa sambal. Kita makan nasi kosong, ada kacang, ada bilis, ada timun. Sambal mana? Sambal gila pecek. Nala. Itulah tu. Tak apa. It's good. At least ini have brief enough to show dia punya idea. Tengok next. Ada.
So the design in the gallery does not interest the children interaction. So my objective is to express the expression of children can be released through the innate character which is art. So instead of just using
yang ni nampak sikit direction dia. This impactful compared with the first issue. Okay, di Dai ni dia cerita macam dia cerita issue objective, which is also good, very focused. But earlier the first issue is very general, right? You just take one. But this one, I can see the direction. The design does not attract the children attention. Okay, betul lah. Kadang-kadang kata children, tapi masuk dalam tu, mana childrennya? Tak ada apa pun kan. Okay, mean later on, you will create a gallery for children ni, dan memang ada have expression of children. Ada art of children there. Dan okay lah, barulah saya boleh bayang. So nampak, now in my mind, I have a very common gallery, and then At the same time, I can see later on, this is the uni gallery. Die gallery, ada children punya expression. I don't know. Then, if it's children expression, either you want to tackle it from exterior or interior. You may have to be specific, die. Faham tak? You have to specific. Kalau macam ni, from this picture, means you want to focus on the interior alone. I don't know. Why not? It's tackle from the exterior as well. Kita dah masuk, oh ni children gallery ni, children gallery, confirm. Kan? Itu yang kena ada masuk dalam adjective. Okay, so the issue here, the design does not attract the children attention. Mean lack of interaction, lack of attention children. Okay, lack of children. Okay, then so your adjective number 1, it will attract more children attention. By what? By doing what? Number two, apa lagi? Number 3, apa lagi? So you tackle this issue. You try to find another solution of how to tackle this issue. By using architecture. When we talk architecture, not only the image of the building alone. No, it can be start with the feeling of the circulation. Kan? It also can start with the vision of the visitor. Macam mana? Apa yang you nak tackle? Boleh dah ya? Faham tak?
Listen.
Okay, cuba next lagi. Mana ni? Apa lagi?
So next last kali, because the issue is the children are tired and bored in the enclosed space, especially during the COVID situation. So my objective is to create the space to make sure the children's imagination are not limited and suffocated.
This is good. About these 3 issues, this is the more impactful issues and objective. But tak payahlah cerita pasal COVID tu. COVID ni only happen right now. What happened in years? No more COVID. So your is already lapuk, already basi. You just take the issue there. The children are tired and bored with the enclosed space. Oh, this is good. So later on, you try to create more openness. Ada kita word more open gallery where the children can play. Because the issue here is children are too enclosed with the 4 walls and roof and ceiling. Kan? And then your gallery later on, you try to make it more open. Kan? Open tu taklah sampai open sangat. Baik diorang pergi Padang kan? Okay, maybe how you want to create open, half enclosed, kan? With the roof, kan? Then this is good approach. So this is the different. This is what make Dai punya gallery different with Ikhwan, different with Izzah, different with people. You start with this. Apa ni? Dai. Okay, this is good. About these 3 issues, this is more impactful issues that you can tackle. Oh, Dai ni dia bagi yang macam mula-mula biasa. Bang! Okay, but macam cerita dia kalau kita boxing lah kan, kita boxing dia tunjukkan ni dia. Pam, dan pam baru KO. Why not? At first punch, you can give KO to our opponent. Nah, kan? Mungkin maksudnya, the means ya, makna, if you can come up with 3 impactful issues like this, which is, wah, faham tak Dan? Macam Ikhwan tadi, okay, isu dia dah ada. Dia very clear. Even siapa tadi, Izzah pun ada. Cuma pengolahan tu kena elaborate sikit. Lagi tadi, Ipoh pula, dia belum ada isu lagi, tapi dia more to research. So hopefully later on, you all can come out with a very impactful issues and then impactful strategies and objectives. Boleh? Dan?
Boleh.
Apa lagi?
So yang ni just macam interior dalam wall.
Okay. Ni apa ni? Ni menarik ni. Apa ni?
Dia macam LED punya pancar dekat wall.
Okay. So this is from this picture also. Okay, this is how we work from A to Z, and this is from Z to A. Okay, from this picture, if I were you all, I want to create something like this. But what are the issues? Okay, the issues here, you can say nowadays, too common lah. The art only shows in the canvas, kan? In the canvas. But I want to create something like the art is exhibited via the virtual ke, augmented ke, hologram ke, but it's always on technology kan. But how to tackle this by using architecture. Macam ni lah. Means later on there are plans there, people go there and then they can enjoy the exhibition like in IMAX. Siapa pernah tengok IMAX? Siapa pernah tengok movie IMAX? Kan IMAX dia punya screen bukannya flat. It's macam curve. Siapa pernah tengok? Whoever watch IMAX? Whoever watch in IMAX cinema? Tak pernah? IMAX. Tak pernah dengar? IMAX. Ya Allah, korang
Like
ni.
the 4D or what?
Yeah, it's the 4D.
Oh yes, I have.
IMAX cinema je
Yeah. In Legoland City.
Legoland this one. Okay, but this one not really IMAX. Yang mana? Which one IMAX yang I ever watch? Because the screen of IMAX is not flat like this. It's a curve. It's curve. Okay.
Oh yes.
This
And there is also the screen where you see like the Earth, the galaxies.
Yes. Because I only, not always. I only once in my lifetime. That's all. But really impressed because why? When you watch that, let's say there are scene from the helicopter, and then pass over the cliff. This is the cliff, right? Pass over the cliff, and then when we watch, whoa! And then when there are also a scene, the actor punch the stone, and then there are tipping stone, and then you feel like whoosh. Okay, so maybe the approach of Daini is involving the technology, but how architecture to cater your technology. So that is your approach tadi. Okay. Apa lagi? But 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 already presented, but none of them talk about the Sarawak. Guys, you forget Sarawak dah. Alamak. Sarawak. Okay. Because that is also an issue, Because most of the gallery in Sarawak not reflecting the image of Sarawak culture. That is also an issue. So later on, your gallery will reflecting the Sarawak culture. Even other than that, it's a Sarawak and skits of Sarawak. That's also an issue. Good issue, that one is very impactful issue. And then when you presented it to Madam Shala, definitely Madam Shala will love it. Okay, because that's also one of the requirement in the brief, right? How you want to use the Sarawak theme in your gallery. Okay, boleh Dai. Itu je kaya lah. Ada lagi nak cerita? Anything else, Dai? You want to show to us?
Okay, gambar-gambar activities yang boleh buat dalam.
Go. Share again. Share your screen. Ada share. Sorry, ter-DM personal tadi. Ada ke? Kau cakap apa, Nan? Nak after? Apa ni?
Nak after.
Apa tu nak after?
Nak after Dai present.
Oh! Orang ni. Budak-budak WeChat lah. Wow. Okay. From this, what you need to explain here, Dai?
From the lighting and the circulation, children tu macam tak adalah dia straight je, dia macam ada laluan macam Disney kena adventurous lah dekat situ.
I love the word adventurous. Okay, you can create issues from that word adventurous. Most of the children gallery not really adventurous, not really adventure enough to the kids. So I want to have some gallery with a lot of adventurous things. How? Later you think. Okay? Then when you have the keywords, guys, so later when you search, your search is not really global search. You global search, and then you lost. When you have the keyword adventurous, so your search is already specific. Adventurous gallery, adventurous circulation, adventurous activities, adventurous. See, that is the important of keywords. If not, you just search kids gallery. But to what? What you want to tell about the kids gallery? Always the same. But if you have a specific issue, like what Daini said, most of the gallery is not adventurous enough. So you focus adventurous gallery, but not only focus on gallery. You may focus on other activities adventurous. Kan? Adventurous activity that you can relate and you can apply it in the gallery. Ini apa pula?
Activities itulah children yang boleh buat activities. Macam tak adalah just jalan, boleh lah main-main.
Okay, good. This is good. But
Hands on punya experience.
yes, be careful, be careful. I remind you early stage here. When you talk about this, be careful because you can relate this, but still try to incorporate the gallery. Because what we saw here is actually maybe the Kidzania, Kidzania activities, kan? We don't want to create Kidzania, we want to create a gallery. But how? Maybe you can do whatever things in Kidzania, but you incorporate it with the gallery, which is very wow. Alhamdulillah. Okay, Dai?
Okay.
Punya apa pula ni?
Lepas tu daripada macam kita kan art, tapi art tu banyak. Dia tak adalah just macam lukisan, art tu menjadi daripada muzik, pada sculpture.
This is good. This is also you can give, you can transform this into a statement. Okay, most of the galleries only focus on art of painting, but my gallery is inclusive all art. You have music art, you have performance art, you have art, fine art, and whatever art, dance art, apa lagi? Apa-apalah. Then later it will help you to create one gallery, have a multiple arts there. Whereby your friends only focusing on the fine art, but your gallery is incorporate of many arts, kan? Music art, and then when music art, you like right now is just a piano, kan? But relate it with the Sarawak culture. They are bamboo band, you know. They are bamboo band. Bamboo band ni dia macam all the instrument is made from bamboo. There are flute, there are flute, big flute, small flute, medium flute, and this flute create a different sound. There are also like apa? Tak ingatlah dia punya ni. Ya, jom tengok jam Okay, I share first. I don't know you have watched it or not or never. Bambu apa bukan granny, alamak cerita pasal granny lapar lah pula. Bamboo concert in Sarawak. I forget the name of the ni. Bamboo rafting lah pula dah. Beautiful sun, culture menjadi di Sarawak. Then nanti bamboo di Sarawak. Bawang muzik bawang muzik instrumen forget the name. Later if I ask my friend if I can find it, and then I will share with you. Okay, that is I remember. Means I don't know, maybe your gallery later on can incorporate with the music. There are a lot of tanglong ke apa ke, tanglong bukan tanglong, apa tu yang kalau kena wind chime ke, apa dia dah
yang bamboo chime tu kan?
Bamboo chime. There's one wall or maybe one place. There are a lot of it. Then people when the kids there, they can just okay. Because that is maybe one of the issue that you want to tackle about the boringness. Instead of art, the building itself can create an music art. When you have a lot of wall with the Tak ingat lah benda tu. Itulah the bamboo sham tu kan, and then when there's a wind, there it also can reflect with your site synthesis. Your site data shows that there are a lot of wind came from the southeast kan, and then that's why you created a lot of bamboo sham wall there. So my gallery, instead of just a gallery, is a music gallery. The music produced by the gallery itself. Why not? Okay, apa lagi? Ada lagi tak yang tadi nak tunjuk?
Tak ada. Last.
Okay lah. Okay, other than that, Daini, similar comment with Ikhwan, Iza, and earlier. You have to have your precedent study. You have to have also the native study, how to relate all the adjectives. And then you have to have the synthesis of the plan on your site plan. Okay, how to using the all the data. Itu je lah kot dulu. Okay, and then you maybe start from now, maybe on the next create session with the other lecturer next week. If you have your form, you have your layout, general layout, preliminary layout, then don't repeat the mistake of your task one. Okay, 3 weeks for idea. And then during the presentation, we just show the like this. Show us earlier, then we can create it earlier, then you can improvise it. So during the presentation, already perfect, even though it's not perfect, but almost perfect. Boleh? Alright. Okay, lagi? Ada lagi? Okay, then you please transform all your thing I saw you take note earlier. You take note and transform it into the log sheet properly. Maybe if you want to type, no problem. If you want to scan it, also no problem. But as long as in the PDF format, then I can endorse it in PDF. Boleh? So please, Ikhwan, Pipo, Iza, and Daini, hopefully I can get your log sheet by today. Boleh? Don't procrastinate. Don't wait until the Nina, as I mentioned earlier. Tomorrow present. Pom. Sir, there are 6 log sheet that you have to endorse. Mampus, meninggal aku. Aku pun dah tak ingat. I also don't remember what are my comment. I also don't remember. Like today, I can remember and it's still fresh in my mind. Maybe I can have some input. Okay, kena tambah ni. Okay. Banyaknya bercakap, dahaga. Okay, who's next after Daini? Now it's already 2017. Maybe we'll stop at
Me. Higher.
Sudah bergaduh lah korang. Okay, siapa? Saya dengar yang Mi dulu tu. Okay. Mi.
Ilya. After dulu.
Siapa Mi tu?
Saya.
Ilya, muka kau macam muka mengantuk je macam ni. Nak buka mata pun tak larat. Okay, Ilya. Okay. When you look down, your eyes look like sleepy eye.
Share screen.
Okay, boleh. Princess Frozen hijab.
Okay.
Okay, come.
So I think I start at wrong point. Okay. So the issue is
bagi slideshow. Besar sikit.
Slideshow.
View slideshow.
Yeah.
Kat bawah tu. There. Okay, go. Alright. Wow, baby. Ilya ni memang pelawak lah, betul lah.
So the issue is children nowadays in digital era they are lacking in creativity.
Jap. Okay, so children lack of creativity. How your gallery later on will solve this problem?
Itu nanti.
Itulah. So sekarang ni, the moment when you say something in your issues, I can imagine that is the benchmark good lah. But the moment you say the issue, I can something like Mana nak buat ni? Ada pertanyaan, question like that. How you want to solve the lack of creativity? Because creativity is something to be gained in the school or what? No, it's okay, it's okay. This is something like the benchmark. The benchmark I want to show to you. When you have a issue statement there, statement of issues, and then I can spark the imagination that your direction, then it's good. But if I don't know, maybe you also can evaluate your members, yeah, like Dawa, Aisyah, who still not presented, can you understand? Or maybe you also, Ilya, when you have this lack of creativity,
it's to saya selalu lupa perkataan. Okay.
Okay,
To
okay.
general lah.
Okay, too general. Okay, so means you already noticed that it's too general. Maybe later on you have to be specific. Okay, then next, Bayu.
Then I get that for children in digital era lah, they also like in confidence and also like in the communication skills. So they always
okay. Based on these three issues, I found that these issues still look very general, Ilya. The problem when we have an issue very general. So this is what I said. When you search globally. When you search globally, you tend to lost. You tend to merewang ke sini ke sana, ke sini ke sana, kan? Unless you have very specific issues that you want to tackle. Okay, let me help you to paraphrase this. Children lack of creativity. Lack of creativity. How your gallery later on will boost, will help students to be more creative. Then lack of confidence. How your gallery later on will help the.
I want the gallery to be explorative, more like has many colors, has many to inspire the children to produce
so
creative.
if you mention to me that objective means earlier you said that more explorative, inspire. Okay, so the issues is currently the gallery is not really explorative enough to the children. So if you have that statement, I already can imagine. Okay, so your gallery later on more explorative. But in terms of what is it explorative enough, we will look at later. At least you have already specified. It's something like the analogy. Pinjam ayat Ikhwan sikit, analogy dengan izin yang Arif. Okay, the analogy is when you look at the world map, you already have specific country where you want to go. Unless otherwise, this is the map. Okay, I want to visit some country other than Malaysia, but you still looking where? Oh, Palestine. Oh, Saudi. Oh, Europe. Oh, UK. You don't have specific. Unless you already have. Okay, I want to go to something like in European Union. Okay, you already specific in Europe. But I want to have something like a very cold place. Okay, you have already space. You already specified enough where you want to go. So this is the analogy, guys. If you have that issue, you already know what are the specific issues that you want to tackle. Like earlier mentioned, she want to have some more explorative gallery, kan? So you start with the issue. Currently, the gallery is not a gallery. The children gallery not really explorative enough. Faham tak, Ilya? Okay. So for me, these three issues still look very general. Still not specific enough for the architecture. Okay, let's move to the next slide.
Sir, I'm sorry to interfere. I have just a comment. It's like an advice more than a comment. Well, I'm sorry, first of all. It's for Ilya. When you say children's lack confidence, what I first think about is how are you going with like when someone goes to the gallery, your operating hours from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Let's say a child is spending 2 hours at the art gallery. How are you going to build his confidence in 2 hours? That's like psychologists spend ages to find out, like to study the behavior of children, and then you say you will build their confidence in like 2 hours. So maybe yes, go like specific. So this is what I think about. I'm not saying anything. Maybe my issues are maybe my issues are nothing, but like I'm just saying this is what I think about.
Thank you, architect Dr. Heba, my partner of lecturer here. But this is good actually.
I'm just
Criticize people. Actually at the same time we criticize ourselves also. Can when we
yes, of course.
criticizing people, we can criticize ourselves. So that is what I tried to give to Ilya earlier. This is what I meant by issues is very general. The issue is very general. Don't think too much about the general issues, guys. Because let the politician think of the issue. Nowadays, we just use architecture on how to solve the issues in architecture. Okay? But I understand, Ilya already understand. Let's move to the next slide. And then thank you, Eva, to further clarify my section. Okay, go. Wow, Neverland. This is good. Apa
I
ni?
think I have the concept of Neverland. Like Neverland is imaginary place for children. So I want to make a place that children can berleluasa. And then
they can freely go everywhere. And then okay.
So so they have their own adventure when they want to travel, have their own adventure in that place. So I move to the next.
Sekejap. Neverland, tiba-tiba ada Neverland. Issues from the very general three issues mentioned by Ilya earlier. Then suddenly come up with the Neverland concept. I don't know. I ask you guys, can you relate that with the general issues, the three lack of confidence, lack of apa benda, three general issues, and suddenly there are Neverland. Can you relate that story, guys? I don't know, because maybe we know Ilya have something in her mind to relate that, but as a panel here, as a panel or as an outsider, can we relate that? Don't expect people can read your mind, Ilya, because I know you have a lot something in your mind about the Neverland, about the three issues. Okay, let's see this Neverland. But earlier, my point of view, I can recall, I can relate the three issues, general issues, and then suddenly they have a Neverland. Okay, let's detail out about this Neverland 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah.
So the objective is I want the children to have to act freely, and then they can develop.
Wait. Number 1, children having the right to act free, be themselves. On how architecture can assist the children having the right to act free by themselves. Can you answer that?
I think because of the space that
okay, the space earlier. You mentioned about the space. Okay, that is architecture. In what way the spaces can assist the children having the right to act free by themselves?
Because make the space into their imaginary place, so they can be themselves.
Okay. You almost there. This is actually, I'm coaching Ilya to fly generally, globally, and then go to the specific. This is what I coach Ilya. Okay, earlier, very big, very general, and then now, okay, there are architecture there already. Ilya saw the country already. She want to visit spaces, and then the spaces is more freely, kan? Right. The people, in terms of free, how free is the student there? How free? There are spaces, and then there are kids there. What type of free you intended for these kids?
In terms of of flow of movement.
So that is actually what idea want to do. Spaces where the children can freely move, run, crawl, maybe fly, maybe climb. Okay, Ilya. Now I tell you, you surely have that already in your mind. Kan? Okay, now I want you to transform that all in your mind in a words. In a word, and then that is your objective already. So that is your objective. Then when you have that objective, you try to refresh back your issues. Okay, your issues based on that. Nowadays, the current gallery is too rigid, like what Ikwan said, too rigid. The kids not really freely to do anything. They just do their sitting, watching, like that. But my gallery is the kids can freely run, can freely climb, can freely jump, can freely fly ke. Neverland kan? Neverland, fly Peter Pan. You got what I mean. So that is how you apply architecture in your concept to tackle the issues. That baru satu, only one. There's a lot more. Number 2, develop infinity creativity in art. This is very general. The number 3, become an inspiration to the children to let them dream bigger. Of course, not only gallery, even school also dream bigger. Even Kidzania also dream bigger. Kan? Okay, what I found in Ilya's concept here, it's still too general here. I give you already the example on how to think in terms of architecture by the concept number 1. Either you get it or not. Yeah, you get it or not? Faham tak?
Yes.
Kan? Okay, so do the same thing for the number 2 and number 3. Because what I found here, development is still too general. Still too general. Means you still pushing in the globe, but you don't know where you want to land. Here I assist you on how to land properly. Okay, when I have to answer this. Okay. Okay, Ilya. But for me, I found this, I don't want to go more for the 2 and 3 because it's very general.
Okay.
General, either if it in your thesis also, definitely the supervisor will say this is too general. No specific. So earlier, macam ni, okay, so wait. Go back. Because you, this is very good. Yeah, come. Okay, this one, design strategies. You have.
Sorry.
Okay, explain this.
So from design strategy, like I want to the children be more explorative. So I searching for explorative design, like the space that can be
This
the
is
space
good.
like
Okay, like this. Creative and fun design, good. This is using architecture. Interactive sensory design. Okay, but still can be further elaborate. If you use sensory, actually not only touch. You can use the smell, you can use the sight, you can use whatever sensory that you can incorporate. So means from this design, from these strategies, it can have more sub strategies. Yeah, nature, one element, and then this is also very good. So I can imagine later on your gallery will have a lot of nature and wild element. But when you talk about nature and wild element, maybe you want to talk about the design itself. Adakah the design is on the tree like that? Number 1, or you want to use the material. If you talk about material, maybe you can relate with the floor material, the wall material, the ceiling, or the roof material. Faham? Okay. This design is more architecture and more specific. But earlier, the issue, the objective, very general. But this one is very specific to architecture. Now, Ilya, you work backward. Okay, so from this design strategies, you have number 1. I give you also example. Number 1 here. explorative and fun design, kan? Means this is your objective. You want to have some gallery, kids gallery, with more explorative and fun design. So later on, you detail up how explorative the explorative, how fun is the fun design. You may be using the color, you may be using the form, you may be using the spaces. So you focus on this. From this, you will have the sub strategies. This is our main strategies. 3 main strategies. Okay, interactive sensory design. Okay, you have the sub strategies later on in terms of what sense, the sight, the smell, or the touch, the feeling, the emotion. I don't know. So that is your sub strategy later on. And then nature. Okay, nature, maybe you can tackle about the material, okay? Whatever. And then you relate back. So you have a design strategies. This is also actually can become an objective. And then from this objective, you can tackle an issue. Okay, and then the issue to have this explorative and fun design. What are the issue? The issue is current gallery, kids gallery, not really explorative and fun design. Even though it's very general, so later on in your strategies, you detail it up. So you explain what is considered fun design, what is considered about the explorative. Faham tak? That is number 1. Number 2, interactive sensory. Okay, most of the gallery right now is only focusing on touch sensory design. But my gallery later on will focus on sight, will focus on the smell, kan? Where the kids go into one room, they can smell, oh, this is a crayon apa ni? Crayon smell. And then they go to there, oh, this is a Power Ranger smell. Macam mana nak tahu how to do Power Ranger smell? I don't know. Or something like that. But you tackle the sensory. Then maybe there are one dark place there. There are one dark place, and then you can touch the wall. Okay, this is what? This is very rough, and this is very smooth, and this is very curvy. I don't know. That is how to tackle the sensory, but how to relate that with art gallery and Sarawak. This is the direction, Ilya. This is the direction. Okay, this is the direction. You focus on this direction. You already have a good 3 strategies, but this strategies not relate with your objective. Okay, I can say this is your objective, but it's not related with your issues. And then later on, you have to focus on the sub-strategies. Boleh?
Okay.
Okay, then next tadi, apa nampak tadi ada nakli dah tu? Ada nakli.
Nakli tak ada lagi. Just put dulu.
Okay, this is what? Oh, this? What is this?
So, I search for nature playground. So I found this. So maybe I can relate to the.
No, this is good. Okay, how you relate this image with the strategy there? Batal balik, go back to the previous slide. Previous before the nakli. Okay. Earlier, from that image, which one you can relate?
This one and this one.
Number 1, you can relate with this. Wait. You can relate with this, and at the same time, you also can relate with this, and at the same time, you can relate also with this. But be focused. With that image, you want to focus on what? Maybe it's explorative lah, because I saw there are lady there, there are girl climb kan. It's okay. Even though later on you have to think about the safety and security issue. What if later on the kids fell down? But that is later, because every problem have a solution. Then we have to think about the solution. Later. That is later. As of this moment, you gather the wild ideas. The more wild the idea, the better. Okay, and then later on, when there are process, we have to strategize. Either it's a logic, either it's practical, that is later. And then we start to slash. We start to modify the idea. Boleh?
Okay.
Boleh ya?
InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah. Good start. It's a good start.
Okay.
Okay, it's a good start from Ilya. Okay.
So there's some pictures, only pictures. I search for this,
Okay, this
like
is
for music. music sensory.
use sensory kan? Okay then.
So this is another nature design.
Nature design, okay. Lagi?
So this is about the space for circulation
Explorative.
and fun space.
Fun explorative. No. Okay lagi?
So this is back. So I just did some a little.
The journey of Ilya earlier. The journey of Ilya earlier. This is the global globe. Wah, pusing. Towards the end, it's already focused. But why not? Why not? The moment we are about to travel, we already focus where we want to go. Earlier, Ilya, dia pusing jauh, pusing, and then boom, focus. So this is your focus, Ilya. You work on this. This is very good. You have the sensory, you have the accelerative, you have the natural element. You work on that. You just have to refresh your issues because that is already your clear and very precise objective.
Okay, that's all.
Later on, you have to relate with the Nakli. If you have resident study, you have resident study, and then after that, you have to sketch on your site in terms of site zoning. Of course, you have to relate with the site data. Okay, that is we call synthesize the data to have our site zoning. Apa lagi? Itu je lah kot. Okay. So I think that's all. Aku pun dah tak larat. I am sorry. I only can fit five students for today. See, I think next Monday we can full blast. Maybe we have Madam Wan, we have Madam Shala, we have Madam Yati already, kan? So we are done with week 6, okay, and then next week is on week 7 before we have break. Okay, so I will focus on group 3 lah. Tadi Ikhwan group 1 kan? Ikhwan group 1. Pipo group berapa Pipo? Pipo what group are you? Dah tidur dah. Iza group apa Iza? Ini group mana? Iza group berapa? Okay, Iza Iza gitu. Iza. Okay, Iza group 4, Ikhwan group 1. Okay, Ikhwan group 1. Pipo?
Group 4 sir.
Group berapa?
Group 4.
Group 4 juga. Pipo group 4. Iza group 4. Dai ini tadi group berapa? Dai?
Group 1 sir.
Okay, Dai group 1. Dan tadi last tadi Ilya.
Group 1.
Ilya group 1. Okay lah. Means next week you create more group 1. But give opportunity to your other members. Let's say you are group 1 kan. Maybe next week, let them to present first. But if they don't want to present, then you present. I already give you opportunity. I already give you way to create, but you don't want to create, and then you go ahead. Okay? Boleh. Then for the only group 3 tadi yang mana tadi? So next week I'm with group 3. Tak ada pun. Okay lah, korang tunggu next week. Okay. So next week lah. Okay. Oh, okay. Any other last question? Okay, I hope that these 5 people, you complete your log sheet and then later on you WhatsApp the PDF. I can endorse it in PDF. Okay. Dengar Izzah. Yes, Izzah.
Tadi salah group.
Tadi salah group. Izzah group apa?
Saya dengan Pipo group 2.
Group 2. Okay, group 2. Okay, yang group bukannya group virtual gallery virtual gallery.
Okay.
You are now in a group, new group. Your Quran Journal group lah. Okay. Any other question?
So for next Monday, what are the requirements, other specific things to provide?
Similar today.
Same.
Come. Okay. What are the requirement? Actually, this is a preparation for you to go for your Crit 1. Okay, come. I will show you. Okay, maybe you can explain this also to your member dekat group sebelah, the other room. Okay, so week 6. Okay, and in this one. On week 8, we have a Crit 1. Okay, what are the requirement on the Crit 1? You can go here. Go here. Okay, Crit 1. Okay, Crit 1. 7.5% of the mark there. Concept and idea development, conceptual models. If you have, this one is only a missing model, conceptual. Okay, then you have a synthesis of precedent study with natural context. Oh, 4 log sheets. Okay lah. Those already create today. 1. Okay lah. Kan? 4 log sheets. Okay, so that is actually our expectation, Hiba. Okay, you have the concept. When we talk about the concept, of course, you have to have the issues, the objective, your design strategies. Okay, and then idea development, you have already your site zoning, at least site zoning, where you want to put your elevator, your entrance, ingress, egress. And then maybe a conceptual model. If you want to have a conceptual model, of course, first you must have your at least your basic form. Kan, your basic form. When you want to have your basic form, of course, first you have to have the basic plan. Kan? Basic plan, so we can see how's your circulation there. Kan? And then synthesis of the precedent study means you have your precedent study, you have the synthesis of your all the analysis. I think that's all. Boleh?
Alright, boleh.
Hassan?
Hassan.
Hassan, Alhamdulillah. Any other question?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
yes.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Contoh, can we create with panel luar? Ada panel
luar. Who is panel luar?
Macam yang last, yang waktu kita buat studio pod last semester, last year punya tu.
Alright.
Ada certain of the panels tu, dia cakap macam kalau ada free time ke apa, boleh je minta dia tolong create kan.
Boleh, no problem.
And kena, boleh tak buat log sheet, masukkan log sheet dalam log sheet.
Then ask them to endorse.
Okay.
We also want to see what are their comment. Kan? Towards the end, there are good thing and advantages and disadvantages lah. Okay, the advantage thing is you can create the external panel. Mean you can express, they also can share their idea, they can assist you. It's also very good. But the only thing later on, because this is the Crit 1. For Crit 1, who will give this mark? The first two just me, Madam Shala, Madam Wan, and Madam Yati. If we found that the idea is not really right, and maybe we have a comment lah. But inshallah, as long as you get a good comment from them, good feedback from them, and then you can express it in your design, I think no problem. Boleh. Okay, the only thing that I'm afraid, okay, there is no afraid lah. All advantage lah. Boleh, no problem.
Okay, thank you, sir.
But the only thing that you must show with a proof lah, that you created with them, and then there are log sheet and then endorsed by them. Okay?
Okay.
Don't during the Crit 1, I have a few Crit with the panel AR ni, but where's the proof? No proof. Justice only can be seen, something like that. Okay, like when you are involved in a court case, you must prove everything. You must have witness, you must have proof, and then the justice can be seen. Or justice only can be done with sin. I forget the question. But it must have a proof lah, Ada lagi soalan? Okay, good. Any other question? You also make it with the other lecturers, your favorite lecturers. Like maybe previously you are very close with Bro Fadli. I don't know Only maybe you only can hear Bro Fadli and then you can understand. You cannot understand with me, Madam Shala. You only, no problem. As long as you fulfill the requirement, you give him the lordship and then ask him to endorse. Boleh? Okay, ada lagi soalan? Okay lah hopefully those who not free today, you go back, you have the benchmark early by Ikhwan. Ikhwan is the benchmark right now for the group 1 and 2. So you follow Ikhwan. And so maybe Ikhwan, you are the benchmark. So hopefully you can go far again. So don't let people overtake you. And then at the same time, you check also with the other group 3 and 4. We don't know, maybe our benchmark in this group is Ikhwan. We have issues, objective, good strategies. Okay, but the other group already have the 3D. So get the group as your benchmark. Boleh? Okay. Okay, kalau tak ada apa, we end up this session with Tasbih Kifarah dan Surah Wal-As. Alright, see you on next week, Monday. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum.
Bye-bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.